What is up, my friends? We are live in another match day, and I do apologise for being about 6 minutes late. Builder was here and we were just running through a few last bits and pieces. So, team news is in. Mohamed Salah starts right-hand side. Cody Gakpo left and Isak through the middle. That's what we're looking like up top. Defensively, Conor Bradley at right-back, Milos Kerkez at left-back, and your centre-back pairing of Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate. Midfield is the old midfield. Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai. Chiesa's on the bench, Ekitike is on the bench, and yeah, we'll run through it all for you in a couple of moments. How are we? United still winning 2-0, I see. Sorry, just playing catch-up here, folks. Says Robbo starting on the screen, does it? Well then, he thinks Crosby's got that one wrong. Or maybe it's not Crosby. I think our 11s are done automatically. But either way, let's just check in on this 1 second. Yeah, it should be Kerkez anyway. So let's see. He's probably changed it in the background. But that is the team anyway. We'll run through it again for you. In goal, Georgi Mamardashvili. Right back, Conor Bradley. Left back, Milos Kerkez. Centre back pairing today, Konate and Van Dijk. Your midfield, Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Up top, Mohamed Salah left, Mohamed Salah right, Cody Gakpo left, and Alexander Isak through the middle. Your Liverpool bench today is Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Florian Wirtz, Chiesa, Curtis Jones, Ugo Ekitike, Andy Robertson, and Jeremy Frimpong. So that is your bench. Chelsea 11 looks like this: Sanchez, Gusto, Akimpong, Badashile and Cucurella. Then it's Reece James and Caicedo with Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro. That is how the hosts are looking. Right now, let's fix it. Doesn't say Rabo anymore. Right, let me just click through these. Sorry, I hate when I'm playing catch up because my mind's always all over the place on these. But let's get stuck into a few other bits and pieces, actually. Let's talk about, is it this one? Yes, our giveaway. Don't forget, we'll be announcing the winner later on in our match reaction. So, if you haven't yet, please do enter our competition. Today, we are going to be giving away this signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. So, if you haven't already entered, get yourself over to the Anfield Agenda Instagram account at Anfield Agenda, and you will see all the information there on how to enter. Right, folks. So, what are we feeling? How are we feeling about the result today? What are we doing? We winning? We're winning. Come on, folks. We're winning. Let the good vibes go. Last game before the international break. Last game for me before I head off for a 2-week break as well. So I've been looking forward to today. And fingers crossed we can get back to winning ways. I don't want to be going into this international break second. So anything other than a win today looks like that could do it. Where's the Arsenal game at the minute? Arsenal were leading last I checked. I don't know what the score is now, but they were winning earlier on anyway. Arsenal 1-0 up, there you go, thank you. I'd seen Declan Rice had scored for them at the end of the first half, but didn't know the latest score on that one. We've got lots coming up tonight as well for you folks. We'll have our match reaction, our player ratings video. Then we'll also have the Anfield Agenda podcast coming out later tonight as well. If we lose today, it'll make me hate the international break even more, said Milo. I don't think you're on your own, dude. It'll be a long 2 weeks. I don't want to go away with the family for 11 nights and be thinking about being second in the league table. I'm fully focused on the Reds, hopefully getting the win. I'm feeling confident today. I said this all week. I don't know, but I'm feeling confident, so hopefully that's a good thing. How are we? Chaitanya said, good to see the midfield, but what more can Chiesa do? Well, so let's play devil's advocate here. Imagine he did have the knock and the manager didn't think he could do 90. So you have to think about it that way as well. If the knock was sincere and maybe Chiesa's feeling something, maybe they don't want to take that risk of starting or giving him the 90. But I do get your point and I do agree. He certainly deserves a start if and when he's fit. Cyberfleet said, predicting a 3-2 win for the Reds. You're my motivation to keep me at my YouTube channel journey, and Chiesa is on the bench is a robbery. Well, appreciate the support and wishing you the best with your continued journey on YouTube. It's a mad old world, this YouTube world. So yeah, sometimes you feel like the grind isn't going to pay off and then something will happen. And what I would say to you, Cyberfleet, is just keep cracking on. You never know who's watching. You never know what moment might change it for you. So just keep doing your thing. Right. Chat feels very glitchy today. It's weird. It almost feels, I don't know. Like, does anybody else chat feel a bit weird? It's all coming through and all, but it just feels a bit glitchy. Penalty to Arsenal. Look, we have to just take care of our own result today, and that's all we really can do. You know, we win, we're top of the league, so fingers crossed we can get the job done. Let me just check that everything's working. Perfect. Happy days. Thank you to Connor, who was jumping on fixing the clock for me just before we started. They should put West Ham in the Scottish League. Well, they've got a new manager, so let's see if he can do that. And it's already mad, by the way, Ange Postecoglou. They want him out at Forest already, which is nuts considering he's just in there. Right, I'm going to see if I can fix this chat. Bear with me 1 second. Right. Let's see if I can fix this, see if it goes any better. 2-0 to Arsenal now, so they've scored a penalty. How on earth is Fulkrug a Premier League striker? I don't know, nor do I know why West Ham bought him. It always felt like a very strange signing for West Ham, but yeah, I don't know, my man. I don't know. So, let's talk today. Let's talk the starting 11, and let's talk what we're expecting. It is, again, a very good backing, if you want to say that, for Milos Kerkez from the manager. It does feel like we've spent this money on Kerkez, and the manager is going to keep playing him until, well, he's back into the system exactly how he wants him to be playing. I think that's the right course of action. I wouldn't have had any issue playing Robertson, but I can understand it if the manager just wants to keep Milos in a rhythm. And, yeah. What's this I'm looking at? Looks weird. I don't know what Connor... What looks weird? Connor sent me a picture of Hugo Ekitike in headphones. Oh, the haircut. Sorry, it's the haircut. I said, this shows you how little attention I paid to the lad's haircuts. I think Ekitike looks great. You know? We know what trimming your hair back to almost bald does. You know? The shorter your hair, the better you play on the pitch. We figured this out. Bald is always better, although Ekitike hasn't gone bald, Connor. It's always better, you know? Worried about the right-hand side of the defence. Well, there probably wasn't an answer that would have happened today that would have calmed us completely about the right-hand side of the defence. I think there was always going to be some worry in there, right? Because if it was Frimpong, I'd have questions. And if it was Szoboszlai, I'd want him in midfield. So, I'm okay with Conor Bradley starting at right back. I've no issues with it. I'm happy with the midfield. With the attack, I understand it. If the manager doesn't think Chiesa can do 90, I get why go with Gakpo on the left. Be interesting if Chiesa and the medical staff felt he could do 90 if the manager would have had a decision to make there on playing Fede or not. But look, that's the 11 we have. What I would say today, folks, is look at the bench today for Liverpool and look at the strength that's on there. So we've got Gomez Endo, then it's Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo and Frimpong. It's good options for the manager off the bench today. Martin said VVD to score a header. Hopefully. Well, I just hope one thing, Martin, if it falls to one of our centre-backs in the air, in the penalty area, I do hope it is Virgil. But maybe today's the day Canade finds his range and actually scores, because he's gotten into some good positions from set pieces, Ibu. He's gotten on the end of a few of them, just the headers haven't been great, so fingers crossed today. Maybe it's the day. Cyberfleet said, good to see strong midfield in there. It is indeed, my friend. And thank you to you for your membership for 6 months. And Martin, thank you again, bro, for your membership with us 10 months as a member. Appreciate that, sir. Right. Today we'll see Isak's first Premier League goal for us. Well, I just hope that during training they've been working on how to get the ball into Isak, how to feed Isak, how to find the right way to link up with Isak. That's what I'm hoping for today, because when he came on against Galatasaray, and yes, the game was very stop-start, we didn't really seem to find a way to be able to connect him and get him into the game. So fingers crossed today we can see Liverpool do that. Chelsea team's a bit of a weird one, all right, because Reece James, according to this, is playing as a holding midfielder alongside Moise Caicedo. So they have a back four of Cucurella, Badiashile, Achiampong and Gusto. That's the back four. Then they have Reece James and Caicedo as holding midfielders, Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro. So, yeah, a bit of a strange one. Let's look at Chelsea's bench, actually. Jorgensen, Salinia, Haddo, Lavia, Estavio, Gittins, Gu, Buonanotte. I mean, it's not the strongest of benches for Chelsea, although Estavio is a decent one. Apparently, one of Connor's Chelsea supporting friends has said to him that Reece James has been playing holding midfielder quite a bit this season. The officials, the referee, Jake's Anthony Taylor, if I remember correctly today, bro. I think, the ref's Anthony Taylor. On VAR, I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say maybe it's Craig, what's his face? Yeah. Sorry, let me just think on this one. Maybe I have it on my phone, actually. I have it on my phone. I'll tell you who the officials are now. 1 second. Right, here we go. Craig Pawson is on VAR. Craig Pawson's on VAR. So that much I can say. Yeah, Anthony Taylor is the official and Craig Pawson's on VAR. Planet Ball said he's going for a 0-0. I hope it's not 0-0, dude. Just, I don't want a 0-0. Hopefully, a high-scoring game that Liverpool absolutely excel in would be the best course of action. Still getting the coffee into me, as you can see. Right, let's get back. We have just under an hour to go. You know what I'm going to ask you? Let's try and get these likes up nice and early, folks. We were really close to missing our target last time, but thankfully you came in and rescued me right at the end. So if you can, hit that like button for me, early doors. Also, as I mentioned, don't forget about our giveaway today. Get yourselves over to the Anfield Agenda Instagram account to be in with a chance to win that signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt, which we will be giving away in the match reaction. With both teams' defences, no chance of a 0-0, said Mr. SCR. I'm probably with you. I can't see a 0-0 today, but maybe we've both just jinxed that one, dude. Let's hope Salah doesn't take Szoboszlai's free kicks. I agree. You know, well, it depends on where it is. Like I've said, if it's a free kick on our side, left side or central, I want a right footer taking it, i.e. Dom. If the other side, I don't mind a left footer taking it if it suits the left footer more. It just freaked me out the last time that it genuinely looked like a right footer's free kick and Salah struck it straight into the wall. What do I think of Arsenal's penalty? I haven't seen it. I'm not watching any other games, mate. I was chatting with a builder just before I started, jumped straight onto the stream and haven't really seen anything from the Arsenal game other than that Declan Rice had scored in the first half. Off topic, are you here at 8:45 tonight? No, I won't be, because the game will finish about 7:30. We've got our match reaction, which will be going to about probably 8:15. Then I've got to record the Anfield Agenda podcast. Then I've got to do the player ratings videos. So now it'll probably be the podcast going out tonight later on instead of a late night agenda or anything. But I will have my final stream tomorrow before I head away. So hopefully you guys can join me tomorrow night for the last live stream with me for 2 weeks. Janos. Salah is the week's point nowadays. Hopefully he lets Dom and Isak score. Look, Salah hasn't been at his best, but we could easily point a finger at 3, 4, 5 other people as well. Kanate hasn't been at his best. We still haven't really sorted out the right back position. Gakpo's not been at his best, and you could make an argument there is competition there for that side. And then in our midfield, we need to see McAllister back to his best as well, Janos. So, you know, Salah hasn't been at his best. I can't argue on that one, but it's, you know, it's a collective failure, like I've said, in the performances, and we just need to be better. Can I say hello to your daughter, Alana? Of course I can. Alana, how are you, young lady? Thank you for watching. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a nice weekend as well. And yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. What's the bench? It's where all the substitutes sit, mate, during the games, just in case the manager needs them to come on. Happy to help. Sorry, I can't help it. You wouldn't respect me if I wasn't a shithouse. No problem, dude. Let me read that bench out for you now. We'll drop the sarcasm and we'll get straight into the actual information you needed. Right, so the Liverpool bench today is as follows. 1 second. It is Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo and Frimpong. So once again, Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo, Frimpong. Can I say hello to Diane? Diane, how are we? And yes, I want to win, Diane. Same as you, my friend. I want to win. As Connor said, yeah, it's not even a bench though. It's separate seats in a glorified bike shed. You can't say glorified bike shed being Irish, Connor. You're not allowed to say that because our bike sheds cost 100 grand. Just ask the government. So there's no such thing in Ireland as a glorified bike shed. Actually, I tremble what a glorified bike shed would be if we're lashing out 100 grand here in Ireland on normal bike sheds. Imagine a bougie bike shed. We're talking 2-3 mil. Although I think there's a bike shed at the biggest train station in Paris or in Amsterdam that costs 50 million euro. I'm not even joking, by the way. But I think it holds thousands of bikes. So what shampoo do I use in my golden locks, Anthony? Whatever your mum has left around the gaff, mate. You know, I'm not fussy. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot of follicle needs, so I just use whatever your mum's left lying around, mate, in the morning time. You know, I have to shower off by the time I'm leaving because, well, there's a stank. So it is what it is, bro. See? A lot easier this side of the microphone to put you down than it is for you to put me down. So, you know, don't try. You're wasting your time. Cheers. So I hope we've done nothing else this week in training other than just play against a low block. That's it. That's all we have to do. Just play against a low block all week in training. There we go. I hope they'd be doing nothing. No corners, nothing else, just low blocks. Put our forwards up against defenders. Bring in the under 21s and all. Have 50 lads in the penalty area and our forwards trying to play through. Why no Chiesa? He's on the bench. If I didn't call his name out on the bench, my apologies. He is on the bench. Let me go through that again. Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo, Frimpong. Do you ever notice why I'm so relaxed about the ball jokes, by the way? Like, the fact I know I'm not bald makes me so relaxed about them. Fat jokes, you know, I am fat, so that kind of hits the point. And it does hurt, because, you know, I know I'm fat as well. But the bald ones always make me laugh, because I don't know how many times I've explained this, but I only have a shaved head because my missus hates me with hair. It's as simple as that. You know, if I wanted to grow a head of hair, it is there to do. Unlike the face, where I can't grow a beard. 44 years of age, can't grow a beard. The embarrassment of that. I trade it all. I trade all the hair on my head for a beard in a heartbeat. So yeah, no Ngamoa in the squad today. No Ngamoa. Never even copped that when you guys mentioned it a second ago. Sorry, Craig, but they need to be practicing corners because they're rubbish at both ends. Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to make a joke and talk about low blocks because that's all we seem to be talking about lately. But yeah, you're right. We need to be defending set pieces a lot better than we have been as well. Do I speak Irish? Cúplafuckle. Which isn't a swear word, by the way, for anybody listening. It just means a couple of words. And that is literally it. Like, I have a handful. Can't speak fluent Irish, so no. What about Chiesa? He's on the bench. He's on the bench. I would imagine for him, it's a case of if he has that niggle, they probably don't want him starting or playing 60, 70. So they probably think maybe he can do 25, 30. So yeah, Chiesa's on the bench. It's Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo, Frimpong. Nobody can speak Irish. Quite a few of my mates can actually speak it fluently. You know, it never clicked for me in the same way as, you know, perhaps other subjects in school. I just never, Irish never really clicked for me at all. What do you think Isak will do today? I hope he proves me wrong. I think he proves me wrong as the world best striker. Today's the day it all clicks. Mark my words. Love you, Craig. Thank you, Max. Yeah. Look, I'm more interested. Sometimes the striker is dependent on what he gets, right? What service he gets, and that's the side of this I'm interested in because as we sit here, I don't think any of us have any doubts that Alexander Isak's a top class striker. But what we've seen against Galatasaray was an inability to get the ball to him. And that, he had 4 touches in the 34, 35 minutes he was on the pitch. So that was worrying. I'd like to see today that we figured out how he likes the ball delivered, what areas he wants to attack, and that we get it quickly to him. And that we move the ball more quickly. Guinness is fluent Irish. Well, I don't really drink, so I can't even say I'm fluent in Guinness because if I did have a drink, it probably wouldn't be Guinness, to be honest with you. Although I'm going, as I said, over to Turkey for a couple of weeks, and the herbal remedies aren't available over there, so I'll probably have to. I'll probably have a couple of drinks when I'm away. So if you get any drunken videos of me uploaded, just pray for me that I don't say anything that gets me cancelled or the channel cancelled, because I've come out with some very strange shit over the years when I'm drunk. Like, I'm talking running out of shops with a potato in my hand, screaming "feed the family" in Portugal as I ran down the road drunk. Just weird stuff. Stargirl, couldn't have thought too, Machara. Said, if you're still thinking of a coffee machine, I've got one, but it's a mocha pot, makes better coffee, but takes ages to brew. Second is a French press, recommend, cheaper to buy, quick to make, better coffee. I'm looking at a couple. I'm looking at a DeLonghi and I'm looking at a Siemens machine at the minute, Stargirl. I'll probably have a proper look when we get back from our time away. But yeah, I'm lazy. I want a one button, everything appears magically in front of me type of scenario. So that's what both of these coffee machines have. You just feed in the beans, press a button, and it makes the magic happen. And I seen Brad Pitt use one of the DeLonghi ones, and I said, look, if it's good enough for that ugly bastard, then it's good enough for this handsome SOB. So him and George Clooney out there, frauds, the pair of them. I have a Sage Prestige, wonderful coffee. Yeah, I've looked at some of the Sage ones as well. Sage machines, Ninja machines, Siemens, DeLonghi. I've pretty much looked around a lot of them, to be fair. It might come down to what the best offers are on in Amazon Prime Week. So it could come down to what happens best there. Drinking isn't always for everyone. Tried cider, didn't like it. So cider in Ireland would have been what you drank when you were learning to drink. You've got your L plates when you're learning to drive. Well, cider was like that in Ireland for drinking. When you first had your tipple as a kid, you got yourself a flagon or a couple of cans, and that was it. Then you graduated and you went up to beer and so forth. So yeah, I think of cider as a kid's drink, and also as heartburn. Heartburn in a bottle or a can, because if I drank cider now, my God, I'd have to be drinking one shot of cider, one mouthful of cider, one mouthful of Galviscon, one mouthful of cider, one mouthful of Galviscon. Tins of cider down the park. Absolutely. Or flagons over here in Ireland and the UK, your 2 litre bottles of cider. Your Diamond White 8.4%, no messing around stuff. And my kids coming along to Turkey. Lucas, it's just myself, my wife, and Lucas that are going. My daughter starts her new job on Tuesday, so she's staying behind. She'll be here in the house with her boyfriend. So yeah, it's just myself, Sabrina, and my son Lucas. White Lightning and Frosty Jacks. White Lightning, yeah. There was so many of those dodgy, ultra strong cider cans over the years. Yep, definitely. Craig, wait till you start trying different beans. You'll end up an expert. Well, my daughter's a qualified barista, so she'll certainly be able to help me out. And I've worked in cafes, but I still don't know how to work the coffee machine because I was working in the kitchen. But yeah, look, I'm simple. Just give me a strong black coffee with sugar and a drop of milk, and I'm good to go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what have we got? 45 minutes till kick-off today at Stamford Bridge. The last game for the Reds before the October international break. A reminder, we've got no Alisson. He's looking like he's out for about 6 weeks. So it's Georgi Mamardashvili in goal today. Your back four is right back Conor Bradley, left back Milos Kerkez. Centre back pairing of Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Kanade. Midfield anchored by Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, and of course then we've got Dominic Szoboszlai. Up top, Mohamed Salah right, Cody Gakpo left, and Alexander Isak through the middle. Your Liverpool bench today is Woodman, Gomez, Endo, Wirtz, Chiesa, Jones, Ekitike, Robbo, Frimpong, so no Rio Ngamoa. I suppose you probably take into account as well that Liverpool and Chelsea do have an argument or a debate going on around the compensation for Rio Ngamoa. So it doesn't at all surprise me that Rio Ngamoa isn't in the squad today. Probably don't want him to be a focal point for any potential shenanigans, shall we say. So maybe it was looking after the young man that they didn't put him in the squad today. The Chelsea team is as follows: Sanchez, Gusto, Achempong, Badashile, Cucurella, James, Caicedo, Neto, Enzo, Garnacho, and João Pedro. That is the 11 for Chelsea. Already pissed off of these international breaks. Well, here's the bad news. There's another one next month. But the good news is, after we finish the one next month, we don't have to hear the words international break again till March. So, let's try to get through these next 2 months. Look, as a content creator, I hate them. I absolutely hate them because it kills my work for 2 weeks every month that they're on. They're almost loss-making months for us as a channel when you've got the international breaks on. So I despise them so much. And this one makes me even more nervous because I'm going away, so I can't make content around it. So, yeah, I'm particularly scared going into this international break because you know what I always say? When I go away, I expect to come back and everybody's gone. You've all found a new channel. You've all found somebody better. And that's my fear. So that's why I don't take days off. But, yeah, 2 weeks is going to be nuts. This break's only 1 week, correct? No, incorrect. 2 weeks. Liverpool won't play again until 2 weeks from tomorrow. Connor said you people are stuck with him for 2 weeks, unfortunately. Yep, you're stuck with Mr. Crosby, but he's been doing a great job lately, and I've no doubt he'll continue to do it. And also, I've got 10 videos recorded, one for every day, to go out over a whole range of topics. FSG, rules I would change in football. I've got a series of 10 videos done. One of them will be going out a day to hopefully keep you guys as unbored as possible, because these international breaks are tough going when you don't really care about international football. It's a long 2 weeks. Start doing international watch-alongs. Nope. I'd rather do anything else than international watch-alongs. Just not my cup of tea. I don't know what it is. I've never, apart from Italia 90, maybe USA 94, it's been, I suppose, Saipan in 2002. It's been a while since I watched international football as an Irish fan with any optimism. So I won't be doing them. There are 2 other subjects I've considered over the years: boxing and food. They're the 2 subjects I considered doing other content on. Boxing, the more I thought about it, the more I think, you know what? Nah, there's enough good content creators out there doing boxing that I don't think I'd be able to make my mark in that world. So maybe food down the line. Who knows? Just Join thoughts on the lineup. It's understandable. I've no huge frustrations with it. It's close to the way I was thinking in my preview. So I'm not too unhappy with it at all. I probably would have shaded Andy Robertson at left back over Milos Kerkez, but nothing I'm going to moan about too much. Centre back, if we don't see a good performance from Kanade today, then I really think we have a conversation to have over the next, 2 weeks with you and Connor about him. Other than that, though, I'm okay. I think Chiesa, if he had that niggle, probably isn't ready to start. Ngamoa not being in the squad, I think I understand because of, like I said, the backlash from Chelsea after we nabbed him. So yeah, I'm okay. I thought he was saving Chiesa for today. No, we never said he was saving Chiesa for today. He said he has a niggle, and I said I'm not really sure I buy that niggle. And coincidentally, the niggle seemed to have gone away over the course of 3 days, and here he is back in the squad for the match day. So, like I said, I've always been dubious about that niggle, but look, regardless of what happened or didn't, he's in the squad today, and let's see if he gets some minutes. Martin said, I'm with you, Craig. Not a big fan of international football. Never been either. With Italia 90, USA 94, I just think it gets in the way of proper football. Yeah. Look, it could be that my country has just massively dropped off in the last 10, 15 years. It's just Ireland have been nowhere near it. You know, you're reasonable as an Irish fan. You're not expecting Ireland to go down and win a World Cup, but we've just been so flat as an establishment in Irish football. So yeah, it's just it. You know, I often wonder if I was Spanish, English, German, Dutch, would I give a shit more about international football? You know, hypocritically, I probably would. I probably would. Like if Liverpool, or let's say Ireland had a couple of star players in the team again, you know, maybe I would start paying more attention to it. It's just very difficult when you're seeing your country lose some very, very, very embarrassing games over the years. Robin, always lovely to see you, my friend. Hello, good sir. Good luck, my fellow Reds. Absolute top notch. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate you. Right, ladies and gents, I need you to hit that like button for me if we can. We've got just over 500. We've got plenty of time to get there. 37 minutes to go. If you can, do hit that like button for me. And also, got to keep reminding you because today's the last day. But don't forget, two things. One, our last ever live show is taking place in just over 2 weeks now at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool. If you want to come and see us, the remaining tickets are on sale with that QR code on the screen there now. Priced at just £15, and it is an all ages event. And this one, it is the signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt we're giving away to celebrate the great man's life with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. Get yourself over to the Anfield Agenda Instagram account and have a little look there on how to enter the competition, and we're announcing the winner after today's game. Liam said, I agree, mate. I'm Irish myself, and the FA I have a lot to answer for. They definitely do. Like, just to give you an indication of what it was like playing football in Ireland growing up, my club team, who were a big club team, who had teams at every age level, I used to have to get changed in a porta cabin with a leak in the roof and a section of it that you couldn't sit in if it was raining because, you know, and the whole thing from start to bottom was just, or top to bottom, was just shambolic. Like, I looked at my friends who played GAA, and, you know, they go to their clubs, every one of them with a clubhouse, a bar, proper changing facilities, proper training facilities. It wasn't that way for football over here. It was, yeah, it was a bit of a shambles. And thankfully it's gotten better as the years have gone on, but still nowhere near. And they don't have enough qualifying coaches either here in Ireland. We need to get cracking with that. Connor said I'd say 90% of the grounds I played in growing up were shipping containers at best, sometimes just behind bins or trees. I tell you what, Connor, you probably don't expect me to say this. I once got changed in a burnt out house. I'm not joking. A burnt out house. We were out playing somewhere out in Fettercairn, somewhere like that, and we got changed in a burnt out house. And then we ran across the road to the pitch that was across from the field in front of us. The joys of it, mate. The joys of it. Gary Evans said, Craig, being born in Liverpool a Scouser, I couldn't give a shite about England or international footy. Yeah, I said, mate, like, some people are very passionate about international football, understandably. Others, like myself, or maybe yourself, Gary, not too fussed on it. But Yeah, for me, it's a mixture of the fact that it's been a very shitty period for Irish football, and that never really having that. Never have like when I was growing up, I had proper players to look at in that Irish team. Your Paul McGraths, your Roy Keanes, your Liam Brady's, proper great players. Ray Houghton, Ronnie Whelan, John Aldridge. Players that you could look at and go, yeah, they're always going to give us a chance. Robbie Keane, Damien Duff. These days, not so much. Not so much. Nessie, feeling confident today, Craig? Yeah, I am actually. You feel nervous. I don't know why. It could be absolute false bravado, Nessie, but I'm feeling confident today. I've been feeling confident all week with this one because my brain keeps saying there's no way they're going to let this go 3 games defeated or 3 games without the win. So right now, we're sitting second in the Premier League table. Second. That can't be the case come 7:30. We've got to be back top. And Nessie, thank you, by the way. 25 months with us as a member. Really appreciate your support. So, real Niners fan, you may have not been paying attention because you just wanted to come in and, I don't know, have a pop at me. But no, mate, you don't have to be a member or pay to have your comments read out. I've read out, I would say, I don't exaggerate this, 50 comments so far, maybe, if even. And I'd say half of them have been from normal people who aren't members and didn't put in a super chat. So, no, but I will always prioritise them because, that's more than fair, right? Somebody spends the hard-earned money, I can't ignore it. So, and if somebody has a membership post that has a significance because they're celebrating an anniversary of a membership or something like that, then I'm also going to make sure to prioritise that to say thank you to that person. But, there's always one that has to have a pop. Always one. You have a crack at it. Set up a 49ers YouTube channel and see how you get on. What channel is the game on? For me, I'm watching it on, I think it's Sky Sports Main Event. Sky Sports Main Event, yeah, for me. Nate Winchester, thank you so much, Nate. Sorry, Nate, I'm just busy ignoring all the other folk, mate, because you've splashed the cash, and, that's what I'm here for. I'm a cash-motivated dude. In all seriousness, Nate. Hey, Craig, love you a lot. Thank you. I'm going with a 5-2 win. Oh, I'll take that, Nate. I'll take that for the Reds. At the back, we're shaky, but today I think the attack will click, especially Wirtz off the bench against a tired defence and unlock more. So I'm kind of like you, Nate. I've felt a high-scoring game all week on this one. Maybe it is because both teams aren't great defensively. Somebody said, Craig, yes, you called, sir? Lee, Moran, how are we? Is this a Craig question mark? Yes, that is my name. How are we, sir? Have you a question? See, I can dip in there now. I can do that. Right, anyway. So, Nate, yeah, I feel a high-scoring game like yourself. Watch us both have jinxed it now, mate. It'll be 0-0. And thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. Stargirl, I'm in trouble. I didn't know the game was on Sky. My dad has gone to the pub in bad weather. I said, it's on the other channel. I'm hiding. Oh. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be grand. If we get the results, Stargirl, we'll all be grand. We'll all be grand. High scoring, I don't think you can even score, to be honest. Well, we can't defend either, Joey. So, something's got to give, bro. Something's got to give. Raf said, Craig Defo reads non-membership paid posts. Also not sure if considered it, but new studio space pick as BG plus current BG would be best of both worlds. BG? Sorry, excuse my stupidity on that. I'm assuming you're asking me about, photos when it's going through. And yeah, of course, I'll keep you guys up to date when the building is starting. And if you're talking about a different set, background. Yeah, the current background is nothing too special. I can show it to you right now. I can show you how the channel looks now and where I sit. 1 second. Right, it's not as glamorous as you think, I promise you. I'll show you what it looks like from in front of the table I work from. So one sec. It's always... So, Connor, you told me before there's something I can click on this to make it the right size, so bear with me. I know that there's a button I can press, but I don't know where it is yet, because Connor has told me multiple times. So that's where I work now. That is currently my workstation. So that's how it looks from the far side of the camera. So that's what it looks like now. So all the magic that you see with the green screen behind me is just worked from that. So that is one part of it. And then the other side of it is... Oh, still a bit big. So this is kind of... So that's what it looks like front of camera when I'm sitting down to work. So that's what I see. So as you can see, I've got my telly, top left. Mac Studio's the computer I use. Got my little mini Premier League trophy, my monitor, my light, my camera. Although we've changed cameras since this photo was taken. So these are old pictures. These pictures are probably 6, 7, 8 months old. The trend shirt isn't on the wall anymore, I can promise you that. Who's the signed shirt? I can show you the wall of what it was. 1 second. So when the photo was taken, this was the wall with the shirts. 1 second. Where is it? Yeah, so this was the wall. Oh, hang on, is this the wall now? Yeah, this is the wall now. So as you can see, 66 is no longer on the wall. So that's my wall now in the living room. That Istanbul thing in the middle, that's signed by Gerrard and Rafa. And then there's the medal and a few other bits. So then we've got Virgil and Diogo, obviously. And then I've got my Bobby Firmino painting, which is hanging on the other wall that you can't see. So yeah, that's my living room. That's the setup. And yeah, so much stuff to go out to the office. Well, wait, when we're finished with the office, I think you'll see the proper scale of memorabilia and stuff like that. I've got Premier League, full-size Premier League trophy, full-size Champions League trophy, loads of fun shit that I want to put in the office that hopefully we'll get there. Aaron said, if Chiesa gets subbed on and scores but continues to be dropped for Gakpo, it has to be a personal issue with Slot. Well, I think you've made a fair point, dude. You know, if he continues to perform and isn't getting the chance, you know, what else could we think? So I'm with you on that one, mate, but let's just wait and see. How do you create the backdrop? Honestly, Paul, it's amazing how many people undervalue it. So this studio that we use, if you were to get that designed and built, and there is only a handful of people that know how to build them, although with AI, I suppose you're probably talking 3 to 5 grand to build the background studio. So it's a really complex procedure, and Drawdy has walked me through the process a few times when he's been making them, and when you see the layering and stuff that goes on in them, it is way more difficult than you think. You know, initially I thought it was just a simple little photo you throw behind. No, the work that goes into it is incredible, and then you've got all the stuff that you guys don't see, like the interactions with the graphics that happen, the statistics and data that updates automatically. Yeah, it's got way more complicated over the years than the initial setup when we started. Where's Raf? Connor said something to Raf, so I'm trying to see Raf's post. Oh, you meant for efficiency, take the photo of it, set it as a background, and keep between this current background. Be easy to rotate between the two. Ah, sorry, dude. My apologies. Yeah, as Connor said, that could be doable, all right. But I have so many cool ideas for the studio when it's built, and we're going to take our time moving into it as well because we want to make sure it's ready when we go in. Right, let's keep going. Adam said, "You never walk alone, Craig. Is this slot's time to prove himself?" It's got to be. It's got to be because it's one of the first times, Adam, where there's maybe been some questions asked, of his capabilities as coach. He said teams have figured us out. Well, let's hope now our manager can figure out what they figured out and find a way past it. Catherine, Kieran, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, Catherine, and thank you for your support. Milo said manifesting an Isak hat trick and a Verts goal. Sign me up. Sign me up, mate. I'll take either or both of those. Am I concerned about Canada? Said Souden. I am, mate. I am. Look, I'm not concerned from the point of view of I know what a good defender he can be, but I'm concerned about his form and where his head's at the minute. Yeah. My dad made those frames on your wall. Did he? Georgia. So just so we're sure, Georgia, just so we're sure, who's your dad? Because if it is the right person, then your dad's awesome. Awesome. Because he's done loads of stuff over the years for us, and it's always been awesome. I've got nothing but love for the work for your dad. If it's the same person, Georgia, absolute top man, and always delivers the goods. Always, whatever I give him to frame, I'm never ever unhappy with it. Like this as an example. This was also framed by the same person, and that's going to go up in the office as well when the office is finally built. So, yeah, nice. Stephen McGrew, how are you, Stephen? Said, I was talking to my boys this morning regarding Salah. He lost 3 forwards who's played with for years, Diaz, Nunes and Jota. He also lost a guy behind him for 8 years, feeding him the ball, a lot of change from. Definitely, Stephen. We went through some stats the other day, mate, where we talked about the 1-2s in the Premier League and the the Athletic, sorry. The Athletic did a summarisation of the most like 1-2s that have been played since 17-18. And there was loads of Liverpool connections in there. But top of the whole thing, right across the Premier League, was Salah and Trent. And those 1-2s, I think it was 37, 38 times that's happened. So yeah, no doubt that what you've said is correct, Stephen. And yeah, the conversation you had with your 3 boys or your boys this morning, yeah, it sounds like you were on the money, to be honest, mate. Arna opted to not sign Diaz replacement and still didn't get it. Georgia said, didn't do that one, but did the others. He's John. I was trying to think of the ones. I don't know a John, Georgia. But yeah, I don't know a John. The guy that does my framing work is called Pat. But that's not to say some of the stuff I bought over the years from a specific place may not have been done by your dad, because I used to order from the Ex-Players Association. I ordered some stuff from A1 Memorabilia. So yeah, like I said, it may be that some of the stuff on there is, but Pat would be the guy that I would have been using for most of the framing stuff because he's local to me. But either way, that's so cool. I'm proud to have some of your dad's stuff hanging on the wall, if your dad was indeed the one that framed them. So good job all around, and thank you, Georgia. Craig, your thoughts on the lineup? I'm happy enough with it. Happy enough with it. You know, we'd all have our own small little tweaks that we change. I probably would have gone for Robertson at left back over Milosh, but I'm all right with it. It's the performance that concerns me, or excites me the most. I want to see if we're at it from the off today. So there was a question about tea. Where are we? Where was the question about tea? What's better, Barry's tea or Yorkshire tea? Lions tea. No, I'm from Dublin, so I'm a Lions all the way. But I don't drink tea, so. But Yorkshire tea is class. My wife assures me. My wife drinks tea. She's not a coffee drinker, so she'd have Yorkshire tea, no problem. Yorkshire tea, Barry's Black Label tea, Lions Black Label. So, but Yorkshire is a good cup of tea. Lolly, how are we, dude? Isn't the game for Maresca decisive too? Absolutely, Lolly. He's under pressure. He's under pressure, mate. They've been having red cards galore so far this season, and some of the Chelsea fans aren't happy with the style of football and the way they're playing and how easily they are to get at defensively. So you're right, mate. He's under a bit of pressure himself. Connor said Tetley's is the go. Oh my God. You've just embarrassed the whole parish, Connor. I mean, Scarlet for you, mate. Tetley's is piss. Like, that is the cheapest, weakest nonsense. Crosby, come on, you're better than that. You're an influencer, Crosby. You have a duty to make sure that you're out there drinking the finest. The Black Label shit. Not Tetley's. Come on. Tetley's. Jesus Christ. Come on now. That's Connor banned from the next parish meeting. Done, gone. Tetley's. I'm embarrassed on behalf of you, Connor. Tetley's. What's Lions tea like? Spelled with a Y. It's Lyons. But again, like any tea, it depends what you like. I just think tea just doesn't do it for me. I need something stronger. I need coffee. Not enough caffeine in tea for me. Would I take Semenyo from Bournemouth? So we talked about this yesterday. I guess simple answer yes, longer answer no. I wouldn't want him coming in to take the pathway away from the likes of Rio, let's say, as an option. So it is a question of, do you want the here and now, or do you want the potential who could be, part of the here and now, but not an every week starter? And, I don't want to block the pathway for young Rio Ngamoa. So, did I say Leone? I meant Rio Ngamoa. So, yeah, that. Semenyo's a great player, though. He really is powerful, pacey, direct, knows where the goal is, pretty skillful. Very good player. Coffee is way too bitter. I think you might be just getting bad coffee then. When coffee's burnt, or when it's over brewed or over roasted, it can get bitter. So it might be just bad coffee. Get yourself some good coffee. Do I play FPL? I do, George. I do. Not great. I'm all right at the minute though. I'm kind of 600 in our 1600 person FPL. I'm about 600ish, so I'm happy enough with that at the minute. LFC Gamer Vlog said, I can't drink coffee, upsets my stomach no matter what I've tried. So, I don't know what you mean by upsets your stomach, but if it makes you go poopy, it's meant to. It's meant to. It's a diuretic, so for me, I don't know if I'd ever be able to go number 2 regularly without coffee. I think coffee's an important factor of that. What instant coffee do I use again? I don't even know the name of the jar. I think it's Skull Blend. Sometimes I use Nescafe Barista. Sometimes we use 3 or 4. Depends on what's on offer, to be honest with you. As I said, I'm a simple bitch. I like my coffee strong. As long as it's strong coffee, I don't mind what it is. Can I please do the bailando dance, cat dance? I don't know what that is. No idea what that is, dude. Quality Street or Roses at Christmas? Honestly, Ken, neither. But if I had to have one, Roses. I go with Cadbury's over Nestle every day of the week. But neither. You know, if I'm having something at Christmas, I'm probably getting Heroes or Celebrations. Or the best thing about Christmas altogether, which is mince pies. You know, mince pies is the best thing. I try and hold off as late as I can every year on eating the mince pie. The first one, because once you have your first mince pie, that's it. It's officially Christmas. So I hang off as late as I can before I break out the mince pies at Christmas. It's crazy how fast the subject changes. You don't know what's going on, mate, in our chat. Honestly, tangents galore on here. Oh, did you see Liverpool released a new range over the past couple of days? A few new additions to the Adidas Liverpool stuff. I got an email from Chad this morning saying to me about it, and I immediately went on and ordered the new hoodie. They've got a new hoodie, a new jacket, new t-shirt, new tracky bottoms, and a few other bits and pieces. If you haven't had a look, check it out. I like the new black and red hoodie, and I immediately ordered it. Suleiman Khan, how are we, sir? Thank you so much, mate, for being with us as a member for 5 months. How are you? Had to tune in from Morocco. Well, enjoy. Enjoy. Don't know if you're there on a vacation or if you're there for work or if you live there, mate. But either way, thank you for being with us and hope you're having a good time. I'm off to Turkey late tomorrow night, early Monday morning. So, yeah, excited. I got the new blue hoodie. Blue? I think that's gone totally over my head. Blue? Have I missed something? I didn't see a blue one. I'd seen a black and red, a white and cream, and red. I didn't see a blue one. Do I like Indian food? I wouldn't say I like or I don't like it because I haven't tried much. Is the honest answer. I'm very boring when it comes to food, so I usually eat bland stuff. But yeah, well, I wouldn't say I don't like it because the truth is I haven't tried much of it. I was in Turkey last month, Craig and Talia. Nice, nice. We're going to Sarıgürüm. Can't wait. You know, we were over there last year at the same time as well. And yeah, looking forward to it. Except I'll be fretting the whole time I'm away that the channel's going to die in its arse. But apart from that, I need it. I need to switch off for a while. And then as soon as we come back, the office build starts literally the day I'm back. So, do I have a favourite cocktail? Probably mojito. If I was pushed, again, cocktails would kind of go like the Indian food. There's a lot I haven't tried, but a mojito is probably. When I was younger, it would have been Sex on the Beach. That would have been the one for me when I was younger. But as I've gotten a bit older, yeah, probably a mojito. Craig, you're coming to Turkey. You should also visit Uzbekistan. I can't say I know much about Uzbekistan, to be honest, mate. This is, I think it's our fifth or sixth visit to Turkey. The Hills said he can see a 2-2 coming. Turkey or chicken at Christmas? Honestly, I'd prefer chicken, but I usually just go for ham. Just have ham. Sometimes make duck. The wife likes duck, so sometimes have duck at Christmas. But I'm just Christmas ham, man, all the way. And leftover ham for days, sandwiches, picking at it, just ripping off shreds of it. But if I had to pick, I don't like turkey, so I'd say chicken. As in the meat. Love turkey, the country. If Garnacho scores, I'll crash out. Look, they have a good attacking quartet, Chelsea. If you look at what they have available to them, Neto, Garnacho, João Pedro, and then Enzo Fernandez as well. So they're going to have a bit of bite in and around that area of the pitch. So we got to be up for it. You know, today's going to be as much about the aggression and the speed and the intensity of our play than how good we actually move the ball. So I hope we look sharp, we look at it, and we look zoned in from the off. Hopefully the team can serve Isak a ball to score for once. Yeah, that's another thing we definitely got to focus on today is feeding Isak through the middle. Right, ladies and gents, 113 to go. If you can, do hit that like button for me. Let's get us up to the pre-game 1,000 likes that we've always managed to get to. And also, if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do that as well. We are, what now, just over 300 away from 353,000. Alright, let me just delete some of this. Hola.
Hi.
Tiny little human.
I'm not. I'm a very big human.
You're not. You're a tiny little human.
I'm not. I'm big.
Hola, buddy.
Or,
Happy with your haircut?
yeah.
Cool.
I think you just have to accept you are tiny.
What was that, Sabrina? You wanted to make me a coffee? Is that what you said? You couldn't cope now and I've only had two? Keeping you awake? The cup's there.
Cup's there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tiny little human.
I'm not tiny.
That's what she's at under my phone, by the way. Tiny little human. She thought I was messing one day till... or people thought I was messing one day till they were in the car with me and the phone rang and tiny little human comes up on the dashboard. Have an amazing time, Craig. So well deserved. Don't worry, we'll all be still here for you. I'm going to hold you to that, Terry. I'm going to hold you to that. I hope you're all here when I come back, but appreciate you. Right, so Arsenal have won by 2-0, which means they now sit top of the table, and it's up to us today to get the win to bring us back to where we want to be, right? Top of the table. At least you didn't start singing Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty. No, but on our live show, which one is it? Not that one. That one. At this live show, I'm going to record it. I'm going to get the crowd to sing Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty. I'm going to record it. I'm going to send it to her while I'm on stage. So, yes. So you'll all be taking part in the shithousery. Anyone who's at the show, I mean. Be honest, Craig, how are we looking? Much love. What do you mean, how are we looking? It's hard to know. We haven't kicked off yet. So, honestly, I don't know how we're looking. But team-wise, I'm happy enough. It's more performance we're looking for today. And, of course, the result. I won't lie. I'll take a crappy victory today. You know, a scrappy one. I don't really care. Today's about the 3 points. But it'd be lovely to see progression and see improvements as we do go through. But today, for me, is mainly about the 3 points. Right, so... Before we get stuck into it, let's run through the teams one more time for everybody. We'll start off with the home side. So for Chelsea, it's Sanchez in goal, Gusto at right back, Echempong, Badishile and Cucurella make up their back five. Then it's Reece James and Caicedo anchoring the midfield, Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro in attack. For Liverpool, it is Georgi Mamardashvili in goal. Right back today, Conor Bradley. Left back, Milos Kerkez. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate are your centre-backs. Midfield today of Dominic Szoboszlai, Roy Grafenberch and Alexis McAllister. And then up top, Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left and Alexander Isak through the middle. Your Liverpool bench today is as follows. Freddie Woodman, Joe Gomez, Wataru Endo, Florian Wirtz, Federico Chiesa, Curtis Jones, Ugo Ekitike, Andy Robertson and Jeremy Frimpong. The Chelsea bench today is Jorgensen, Selena, Hasso, Lavia, Emenalo, Buonanotte, Estavio, Gittins and Gui. That is the Chelsea bench. Right. We aren't too far away now, ladies and gents. 5 minutes to go till kick-off. Sit back, relax, well, if you can, and I will do my best to take you through the 90 minutes. Don't forget, we'll have our match reaction, player ratings video, and the Anfield Agenda podcast all coming out today. Keane said I was in Turkey in August, Craig, and Marramis. Nice. I might drive down to Marramis this time when we're over there. I think it's about 45 minutes or an hour or something like that. Never been to that part before, so we do have a hire car, so I might drive down. Right, folks. They are coming out with the stupid smoke machines that for some fucking reason Chelsea think need to be blown across when players walk out onto the pitch. I mean, for the love of God, it's a game of football, lads. We don't need smoke machines. Game and Gaz said, come on, Chelsea. I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to cover the whole of Chelsea, mate, but I'll give it a go for you guys. I'll give it a go. Milo said, what does Chiesa have to do to get a start? I don't believe he had an injury. Well, if he did start him and he didn't have an injury, it would look pretty sketchy, right? So I guess if he does have an injury, then he probably can't start. So either way, probably don't expect him to start. But I hope he does get a chance if things aren't going well. And moving forward, you know, he has to be given a fair chance compared to the rest. Right, so I'm going 4-2. I'm sticking with my 4-2. I'll take a 3-1, but I'm sticking with my 4-2. That's my prediction. Don't forget as well, is it our giveaway? Is it this one? Nope, that's the wrong one. Delete that, Craig. So yeah, don't forget we're giving this... No, wrong one again. I'm on fire here. We're giving this away after the game. This signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. Make sure you get across to the Anfield Agenda Instagram to see how you can enter. And like I said, we are announcing the winner after this game in our match reaction thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner.
No, you're catting.
I'm not doing anything.
No, you are. Stop with the cat. Stop.
Bye, love you.
I'll strangle that kitty.
Right, ladies and gents, your referee today is Anthony Taylor. Your VAR official is Craig Pawson. Oh, kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Right, ladies and gents, we are about to get underway. Liverpool at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea in a, frankly, must-win game at this point. Sit back, relax if you can, and I will do my best to take you through the next 90 minutes plus stoppage time. So, yeah. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Is that the To Bed Naughty tune? No, we don't have one of those. Right, make sure we're good to go. Also, don't forget, if you want to include your player ratings or you want to submit your player ratings, use the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp, which is where Connor will post a link in where we get you guys to submit your ratings. He averages them out and we compare them with mine in the player ratings video. So scan that QR code and make sure that you're signed up to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. Right, folks, the Reds will be kicking us off, playing from left to right. And we're underway at Stamford Bridge. We are underway. Virgil immediately launches the ball out long right-hand side where Isak heads it forward, but it will go straight through to Robert Sanchez. Come on, the Reds. Big game, this. Big game. Immediately, Chelsea playing the ball out from the back. Maka steps in to try win it back. Chelsea win that little duel, though. Caicedo. Chelsea player down already. They're going full Galatasaray here. Oh, look. Anthony Taylor didn't stop the game. Oh, look at that. Magic. Virgil. Back to Georgie Mamardashvili. Oh, that was... Virg almost played a hospital pass to Georgie there, but Georgie managed to control it and get it away. It was a bobbling pass played by Virgil back to his keeper, which you don't want early doors. But thankfully, Georgie was managed to control it. Liverpool now have it halfway line, right-hand side with Ryan Gravenberch. Virgil, and again, Back to the keeper. Mamardashvili to Kanade. Grafenberg out to Conor Bradley. Back to Kanade again. Kanade into Salah. Salah inside. Overhits his pass. Chelsea go to ground. Referee says nothing doing, get up. It's Enzo Fernandez again. That's twice in the last minute he's been on the ground. You can certainly see there are patterns here that Liverpool are looking to change a little bit earlier. So I've noticed already sort of patterns where Salah, when they're trying to play out, Salah's dropping deep, trying to free up midfield. So he's coming back to help out the right back, but also tried to play the ball back into midfield to get around some of that Chelsea press. Virgil misplays pass this time, gives it straight back to Chelsea. Caicedo, centre of the park, inside the centre circle. Tries to swing one out left side, but it's straight to Conor Bradley. Bradley does well. Well done, Conor. Salah now cuts in field. Spreads the ball in. Isak to Gakpo. And Gakpo makes a mess of it. Good chance that. Not to score, but a good chance to get a ball into the box. Gakpo had come into the penalty area left-hand side and then just kind of stumbles into the Chelsea player and it doesn't go behind. But Liverpool have it back now with Gakpo, similar position. Back to Maka. Gakpo out to Kirkes. Kirkes fires in across. Drops edge of the box. Gravenberch out to Bradley. Much better tempo start this from Liverpool. Bradley back to Ryan Gravenberch. Much better tempo to this. Tony said if Ekitike got banned from Carabao Cup red card, surely Pedro should be banned for his red card last game. Champions League, mate, I think for him, wasn't it? Which is a different competition altogether. Which nothing to do with the FA of the Premier League, to be fair. So he'll miss the next Champions League game for Chelsea. But thank you, Tony. Appreciate you, mate. Ball over the top by Chelsea, straight through to Georgi Mamardashvili. Almost 4 minutes on the clock, still scoreless at Stamford Bridge, but better tempo. Kanade. Georgie then launches it long upfield. Second ball breaks. Nice little 1-2 in midfield there. Oh, Maka tries to spray the ball. Liverpool want to get on with it quickly with the throw. And Szoboszlai. Oh, fuck me. We had a chance to throw that quickly there. I don't want to see Maresca when the ball's in play. I want to see the pitch, guy. The pitch, please. Stop looking to go backwards with the throw in. Look at the space in behind. There you go. Gakpo. Into the channel to Isak. Tries to pick out Szoboszlai on the edge of the box, but Chelsea cut it out and start to try and play around it now. Enzo Fernandez into Cucurella. Liverpool straight up in his face. Now back with Sanchez. Chelsea have it right hand side. Anthony Taylor playing an advantage as there was a foul, but Chelsea have possession, so he's playing the advantage. Cucurella now. Garnacho. Garnacho cuts infield. Bradley goes with him. He's offside, surely. Surely he was offside there, no? It's close. It was close, but either way, it's a goal kick to Liverpool. Right, we've gone short from the goal kick. Georgie left-footed this time. Goes long upfield. I've seen our keeper out, right? I'm not imagining this. He's used both feet, right, for his clearances. And both feet well. Maka. Isak. Gravenberch. Out to Salah. Salah now. Ball infield. Again, who's the 1-2? He manages to keep it in them. Oh, well done. Unlucky. Liverpool in possession though with Bradley. Liverpool have it back. Gravenberch. Come on, boys. Canade to Virgil. Into the left channel. Kirkes now. Tackle comes in on him. Liverpool corner. Come on, boys. First set piece. Let's go. I'm not though. I'm watching it on TV, guys, and I'm absolutely level with the TV on my end, mate. So maybe, I don't know, something at your end. I will sync up in a second when this corner's over, but my clock and TV are absolutely in sync. Here comes the corner. Ball in. Keeper flaps at it a little bit. And Anthony Taylor gives a free out. How is it we always give away... How many free kicks do we give away when we have a corner? 2 or 3 against Galatasaray. Straight away here, first corner, and there's a foul in there. So where was the foul exactly? Anthony Taylor, where was the foul there? Fucking joke of a decision. Right, we are now at 8 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Might be 1 second off actually on the clock. So 1. There we go. Yeah, now we're still 1 second ahead. 1. There we go. Now we should be set. Yeah, perfect. Right, Cucurella. Down the line to Garnacho. Bradley stands out there with him. Don't foul him. Don't foul him, Connor. His lace is open as well, by the way, referee. Reece James now. Chelsea back to the halfway line as Liverpool press. They go back out to Cucurella, who has a bit of space. Garnacho. Enzo Fernandez. He fires in a deep cross. Georgia Mamardashvili plucks that out of the air effortlessly. Honestly, I didn't see a foul in there from the corner, by the way. It's I'd seen 3 Chelsea defenders pushing Canade around and him jumping, but I didn't see a foul. So if anybody's using like a Sky Glass TV or Now TV or any streaming version of Sky or the game, it will be about 20 seconds behind. That's the reason I got rid of my Sky Glass television and went back to the satellite dish, is because I was 15, 20 seconds behind everyone and it was just doing my head in. So we went back to the satellite dish and yeah, it's been much better. Ball back with Sanchez into Enzo. Szoboszlai presses. Enzo still in possession. Dom still there with him. Chelsea again playing little triangles backwards. Come on, lads, press properly. There's not nobody there on Cucurella. See? Exactly. You could see where that was going. Right, boys, come on. Chelsea still trying to... It feels like they're trying to draw a press from us here. Well in. What ball well won back. Salah now. Man on. Man on. Slips it in. That's a terrible ball, Mo. Tries to slip it into Isak, overhits it and it goes out for a goal kick. But again, turnover possession and look at this. Let's have a look up. What could he have done? Could have played it to Szoboszlai, and that might have opened up Gakpo, but he plays it. He plays the low percentage pass there for me. How have we started? Pretty good. Pretty good. Mark, can I ask you a favour, bro? I don't care about Bayern Munich scores. Don't care if Diaz scores. Don't care what score it is, bro. We're Liverpool. We're in the Premier League and we're focusing on Liverpool games, so we don't need the updates on the Bayern match, if that's okay, my friend. Gaz said, mine back to normal now, weather being a pain. Yes, I hope the weather is okay where you are, though, guys. I know he said it's been a pain, but I hope everyone's safe and well, mate. Caicedo out to Cucurella, or excuse me, to Gusto. Cross in deep, goes behind, goal kick. Come on, boys. Adam said, Salah gets on breaks and they're dead ends these days. His yards off marks and crosses. It's not the same as last year. Even just when he picked that ball up, like, why not try to go around the man? Always just tries to do something and it's a halfway house. That the old Salah would have picked that up and drove at the heart of the defence and seen if he could make something happen. I'd like to see more of that from him. You can say he's trying to be unselfish, and maybe that's fair as well, but I still would rather him try to... Jesus, Virgin Georgie there. Not doing each other any favours. Throw into Chelsea. George, remember that's really overhit the ball to Virgil. He couldn't control it and it went out for Chelsea throw in. Everything good here apart from the shed door. So the last time for me, I stupidly forgot to put down one of those, you know, those outside lamps. 1-0 Chelsea. Top corner strike from Caicedo out of the box. 1-0 Chelsea. For God, for the love of God, for the love of God, for the love of God. And how did they come about again, ladies and gents? Us dicking around at the back, giving away a throw in, and then Caicedo. Look, to be fair, this shot from Caicedo's a worldie, and it's top bins, and it's a beautiful strike. Can't take that away from the goal. But on our side of it, once again, messing around, goalkeeper, centre-back, give away a throw-in, Chelsea take the throw-in, Bill play, score. Great, well done, lads. Well done again. It's a great strike. Take nothing away from the strike. Nothing away from it. It is a worldie of a strike. Caicedo absolutely buries it. No keeper saving it. You know, give that fair credit on that. But for us, for the love of God, fuck's sake. And we go again. No pressure on him, by the way, when he takes the shot. Because our centre-backs don't like to... They like to just drop off, you know. Look cool. Drop off. Give the little pose. Don't go pressure. Don't try yourself in front of the ball. Don't try to fucking block it. Just stand there and watch as he puts it top corner. Lovely stuff. It's getting difficult. It's getting difficult. It's getting difficult to watch this defence be torn apart time after time. And like I said, yes, take nothing away from the strike. It was an incredible strike, but no pressure on him. And it all came from us dicking around with a goal kick, or with the ball at the keeper's feet, I should say. How many times have we talked about our players having shots blocked because they take a touch and a defender closes them down? and it blocks our shots. Happens with us all the time. Our defenders, our centre-backs, they're too cool to make tackles. They're too cool to throw their bodies on the ground and get a block in. They want to just stand there dropping off, jockey and looking cool for the cameras. But, again, where's the fucking pressure? Nobody. Nobody going out to close down Caicedo. Nobody. So, if we're going to do it, once again, we're going to have to do it the hard way. Garnacho now, into the channel. Cucurella to Caicedo. Tries to go behind Kirkes, who does well to get ahead on it and put it out. Chelsea throw in far side of the pitch. Hopefully this wakes us up. Cucurella. His cross is deep, overhit, and it goes behind for a goal kick for Liverpool. And just watching the replay of the goal, just watching. Once McAllister's played past, that's it. Virgin Canade, no interest in actually trying to go out and stop him. What I will say to people in the chat is, don't give up. Don't be giving up at all. There's way too much time left in this game. Yes, it's a frustrating start, but we have the quality to get back into this game. Isak. Gakpo. Ball crossed. Oh, fuck me, Dom. Should have been 1-1. Should have been 1-1, but Szoboszlai just missed another sitter from 7 or 8 yards. And guess what? Their defender blocked the shot. So Gakpo plays it to himself, then pulls it back. Yep, Szoboszlai, he could have taken 4 touches there, by the way. Hits it first time, straight at the defender in front of him. And yeah, the difference is, you see that? One set of centre-backs who want to throw the body at the ball and block it, stopping in a goal. Our centre-backs watch on as Enzo, or as Moise Caicedo sticks at top bins. And that, my friends, is the fucking difference. Szoboszlai tries to pick out Isak, and this time his pass is blocked off. We've got into really good attacking positions in the first 90 minutes of this game. 3 or 4 times. And Chelsea are there to be gotten at. They're shaky playing it out from the back, and there are mistakes in them if we press properly. But we need to be more clinical. C. Moodley said, Caicedo's scoring pisses me off. Me too, because he made a point of pointing at the badge after he scored. Didn't go unnoticed by me either, C. Moodley, that he made a point of pointing at his little badge. Throw into Liverpool near side. Dom. To Canade. Here it comes. Here it comes. And there it is. The sideways pass to Virgil. Kirkes back to Virgil. Lovely, lads. We've played 4 passes and gone back fucking 30 yards. Well done. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff again. Wouldn't want to be going forward now, lads, would we? That's it. And the keeper lumps the long ball forward anyway. What's the point of just dicking around with backwards passes, eventually booting it long anyway? What's the point? If you're going to go long with it, go direct from the centre-back, not booting it back to the keeper and then doing it. And Wood, nobody said he couldn't point at his badge, did I? Nobody said he couldn't point at his badge. I said he just pointed at his fucking badge. I never said he couldn't. Cat Pierce or person, thank you. Cat person. I'm a dog person myself, but appreciate you. Gaz said since United won today, he's happy. I'm delighted you guys won today, Gaz. It means we get to be the ones that get your gaffer fired now when we play you. I was hoping he wasn't fired before you played us, mate, because I didn't want the new manager bounce. So you beating Sunderland today genuinely makes me feel like at least now I'm going to get to see Liverpool play Amorim's United when I go to the game. Right, we are 22 minutes into the first half. It is Chelsea who lead by 1-0. Moise Caicedo with that goal. Canade, again. Again. Canade plays the ball in between two Liverpool players, straight out for a Chelsea throw-in. Thoughts on Wirtz being benched, said Dylan. It's probably the right decision, if I'm being honest. I did say during the week I wouldn't mind seeing a period of time where Wirtz gets brought in 60, 65 in games as they get, opposition starts to tire a little bit. Maybe there's a bit more time and space. Matteo said Canada is trash this year. Hard to believe France will keep him for the World Cup. Bring on Joe. I mean, what I would say to you, mate, is I can't argue with him not being great at all. There's not really much I can say. I'm not happy with how he's playing either, Matteo, and it's frustrating to watch. I'm trying to be kind here. Bradley, Salah, back to Bradley. He's now dispossessed as he gives it away in midfield. Chelsea, Gusto, out to Neto, right side. Charlie said, I'm a goalkeeper, but I'd happily play centre-back better than we do. I just can't understand how our centre-backs think they're too cool to go to ground and just throw their bodies in the way and get a block in. How many times have we seen... I think Isak even scored against us once when our defenders, centre-backs just drop off and almost say, go on then, hit it. And Caicedo hit it. And my God, he buried it. I don't know what Anthony Taylor's now stopping the game for. Free kick Chelsea. Liverpool holding a line halfway between the 18-yard box and the penalty spot. Here comes the free kick. Ball in. Second ball drops into the box. Chelsea take a strike. It's blocked by Virgil. Back out to Caicedo. Neto has it again, now wide left. He puts in a cross to the back post. Georgie comes out and deals with it well. Well done, Georgie. Flings one out to Salah very quickly. He's not got much support out there with him, to be fair to Salah, but guess what? We're back with our own goalkeeper. We're back with our own keeper again. So from a throw out to be halfway inside their half, 2 seconds later, we're back with our own keeper. McAllister missed the pass to beat the press there as well. How is that not a freak? Oh, lads, I give up. I give up. Salah was literally being wrestled to the ground in front of Anthony Taylor, who stands there and looks at it and just shakes his head and says no. Salah has the ball now, though. It's okay. He's run straight into 2 defenders and given it away, as he does a lot lately. Offside flag up there against João Pedro. And not by much, but he was off. Gravenberch. Gakpo. Ball in behind into space. The Kirkes. Jesus Christ. Kirkes runs the ball off the edge of the pitch, by the way. He had a chance to get in behind, but heads the ball too far in front of himself and then runs out of pitch. Philip said it feels like we've got 2 less men than them. It just feels like we're devoid of confidence at times, Philip. There was one situation a moment ago, mate, on the edge of our own 18-yard box where the ball was passed to Alexis McAllister, and a confident Alexis McAllister plays the ball around the first Chelsea press into Gravenberch, who dropped in between the lines, but he didn't want to take on a risky pass somewhat, if it was even risky. So he goes back to Virgil, and then we end up going long with it. But the ball in was the Gravenberch, and we would have beat the press. Free kick here to Liverpool. Gakpo fell by Reece James, about 10 yards inside our half. If we're going to drop deep like some of our players are, to come look for the ball, then that's going to create a space in behind. But nobody's coming into that space. There's no late run. Salah, another one he plays off the defender's legs and out for a throw in. So Simon said VVD did the right thing there for the goal. Right, so what about our other centre-back, mate? What about that? You were right, McAllister was playing catch-up. He was beaten, he was trying to get back. But Virgil had to cover a passing angle. I get that, you're right, there was 2 players behind him. But Canade could have came out and blocked. Ultimately, mate, whatever happens, we gave them a free shot from the edge of the box. That's the long and short of it. And it's not the first, second, third or fourth time I can think of we've done that. Compare that to every time we get the ball and have a shot. You know, their players, opposition team players, their defenders are throwing themselves at the ball. Gakpo, far left. Kirkes, who plays the ball straight again out of play and behind for a goal kick. Galileo B says, which position should Chiesa play second half? Any one of the 2 wide players, mate, left or right, take your pick. I'm not trying to be smart. Genuinely, that's my answer. Gakpo. Out to Isak. McAllister. Come on, boys. Excuse me. McAllister. Centre of the park. Goes across to Canade. Maka. Bradley. Canade. Virgil, and back to the fucking goalkeeper. Jesus Christ. Gaming Gaz said, breathe, Craig, breathe, plenty of time. The problem though, Gaz, is, honestly, mate, the problem is it's the same shit over and over. Like, I don't know. This is right. This post is right. 100%. This is not Liverpool. This is not the way we play football. This is not us. It's just, I don't know. We seem to always be going in the wrong direction, as in possession. Why is my centre forward out playing left wing? Why was Robbo benched to begin with? It's a joke. I don't know, but look, I had Robbo in my preferred 11 for this game. He wants to go with Kirkes. You know, he's his guy, I guess. I understand that, but Kirkes has been off it again. Just not finding his man with simple passes. There's Gravenberch Dom giving it away in midfield as well. Now Kirkes has it. Head up, boys. Head up. Ball slipped into Dom. Out to Gakpo. Slip. That's a lovely ball. Oh, fuck me, Milosh. Oh, fuck off. So Kirkes gets played in. Loads of space. And I mean 10 yards with nobody near him. Left side of the penalty area. Can either shoot or pick out a pass to a Liverpool player who'd have an open goal to tap into, and he passes it straight to a Chelsea player. Nowhere near the Liverpool player. We should be 2-1 up at this point in the game. Now Bradley's in the book as well for a foul. And why are our lads afraid to fucking chew? Like, honestly, if I'm a left back and I'm in that position, all my eyes are lighting up. I'm putting the laces through it and the keeper's going to have to do something. Look at the state of that, like, fuck off. $7D VZE said no signs of a goal. Genuinely forgot Isak was on the pitch, said Aaron. We had a simple chance there. Pick out a Liverpool players, 1-1. That's it. Kirkes has time, space, can look up, pick a player out, simple tap in. But no, just blindly shoots the ball across the area to nobody and is cleared by Chelsea. My brother, this is a tough watch. It is, Dave. Chelsea tried to work something from a free kick, which thankfully for us goes out over the end line, but for the love of God. Soboslai to Salah. Oh, fuck's sake. I've seen enough. Again, Salah tries a pass. Guess what happens? I won't even need to tell you. You know what happens, right? Doesn't end up in a goal or finding a Liverpool player. I'll give you a hint. This team's allergic to playing forward. Fucking bullshit. Chelsea on the attack now. Verge does well to cut it out. So remember, what I'm about to read out aren't my thoughts, they're super chats. Damien said, why play Isak when we don't play to his game? Pure shit. Ryan said, Slot is a fraud, completely useless manager. How has he this bad with that sort of backing? Boring back pass football. Carl said, my college exams are easier than watching this. And Rabadam, excuse me, mate, said, for the first time in years, I'm looking forward to an international break. I'm not, because I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks and I'm going to be far from happy, shall we say, mate, going away if things stay as they are, because we'll be second or third in the league table. Keith said, I'm so sick of the slow build-up tempo, lads. You're not on your own, bro. You're not on your own, Keith. Look, there's loads of time left in the game. I've got to keep saying that. But, you know, it's difficult to push back when I agree with a lot of the comments. I don't agree about Slot being a fraud. I don't. But I do agree that whatever this is nonsense. Canade does well there to stop a ball at the front post and put it behind for a Chelsea corner. Good positioning from Ibu there to block out the cross. Far Isle said, well, am I a jinx for the team? When I watch, we play like zombies. I'll either have to start cooking something or turn it off to help the team. Definitely isn't on you, Dave, my man. Definitely isn't on you, bro. Mate, it's so confusing to so many of us how we can add in the amount of talent we have and go backwards in how we're playing. And this is probably the fairest comment of them all from Luke, who says, I don't recognise this team anymore. And thank you, Luke, for being with us, mate, as a member for 10 months. Phil said, wish the wingers would swap sides every now and again. Garnacho misses a chance there for Chelsea in amongst all of that. Let's have a talk you through it. Ball gets played around, edge of the box, strike. Ooh. That's going in, you know. If it isn't the other side, if Brush is the outside of the post, but everybody was planted, keeper wasn't moving, and it was another one, by the way, with nobody blocking him. So if that's not a foul, dickhead, it's a yellow. If that's not a fucking foul, and I don't know if it isn't, then it's got to be a yellow. Garnacho says he's pushed. He's gone to ground. Let's have a look. It's Szoboszlai with Garnacho. There's a hand on his back and Garnacho goes to the ground. Up to the ref to decide if there's enough contact there or not. But I don't know what Dom is doing again. So Taylor sees this. Look, he's got the perfect viewing angle. So the ref's going to book somebody here. I don't know, from one of the benches. I don't know who got booked. Somebody from one of the benches got booked. I think it was the Chelsea bench. Itachi said, no plan, no tactics. We're worse than last season. We spent $500 million. And we're back underway. No penalty given. Free kick now to Liverpool. Lee Jericho said, come on, Reds. Love Liverpool, the people here and the channel. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. So, look, no penalty given. But, again, Dom shouldn't even been given him a decision to make. Putting your hand on the back of somebody going towards a penalty spot is giving the ref a decision to make. So, shouldn't be doing it. And the ref and VAR stuck with the ref's original decision. And that could have been because it looked like Garnacho was going to ground anyway. Just wanted to say you were the best thing about this season, except for the badge on the third kit. Feels like we have all the gear, but no idea. Thank you, man. Appreciate your kind words. A few more comments to get through, but there's a corner to Liverpool here. Don't foul. First thing, boys. Don't foul. We go short with it. Szoboszlai puts in a cross deep. Gakpo scurries to keep it in on the far side of the pitch. His cross in, straight into Sanchez's hands. Chelsea now trying to go on the counter. Ball played in. Well done. Szoboszlai and Bradley do enough. Liverpool in possession, far side now. Szoboszlai protects the ball well and goes back to Georgie. Jake Griffith said, need to sort it out. Can't hope for last minute wins. Don't disagree, sir. And Barrel Bad Eye again, mate. Thank you. I really appreciate those kind words. Corpsey said, these players are all overrated, wasted money. Jack Williams said, so irritating to watch this team play at the minute. It is, mate. It is. What's most irritating about it is our seeming unwillingness to shoot, but our joy in letting opposition teams do it without pressing them or closing them down. Could have been 2 or 3-0 down here. Could also be 2-2. You know, we've had 2 decent positions that we haven't tested the keeper in. Szoboszlai from 6-7 yards straight at the defender. And then Kirkes unable to pick out a Liverpool player when he's got loads of time and space or decides against his shot as well. It's so infuriating. Chelsea now with gusto. Ball switched over to Garnacho. His touch takes him wide. Enzo Fernandez. Garnacho. Will said, afternoon, Craig. This is starting to get concerning. Too many players playing in second gear as it's a nothing game. Or as if it's a nothing game. I mean, I'm not disagreeing, Will. I'm just struggling to keep my self-composed at the minute. Now we've won it back again. Ball out to Salah. Cross in. Oh, good ball. Unlucky. Salah plays a lovely outside of the foot cross. It does find Isak. He's trying to direct the header goalwards. Maybe it's a smidgen, a little bit too high for him, but lovely pick out from Salah. And yeah, maybe Isak should have done better with that. Let's have a look. Yeah, he could have got a better connection on it. You can see he's trying to just guide it back across where it came from, but almost too true a connection and it goes over the bar. Good pick out from Mo, though. Bentz said Szoboszlai will score. Well, he should have already at this point, mate. We should have been talking about a goal he's already had. Free kick, Chelsea. Wide area. João Pedro fouled. Major Zero said, I miss our passion-driven, goal-hungry team. There's a lot, mate, I think we're all missing at the minute. I'll go through some more comments in a second. Just want to watch this Chelsea free kick, which they've gone short with, and they're moving it around. Kind of halfway inside Liverpool's half now. Enzo Fernandez to Garnacho. He is a little bitch, honestly. I don't know what other word to use. That it's actually disgraceful. That is actually disgraceful, the antics there from Garnacho, for the love of God. Salah Kirkes better be better second half, said Charlie. Harrison Williams said, playing crap, Kirkes sub straight like Cardiff. Well, Kirkes isn't having a good game, mate. I've no argument with you on that one. Free kick here to Chelsea, though, after that vicious assault on Alejandro Garnacho. He's lucky to be alive there after that ferocious challenge from Conor Bradley. 2 minutes were added on, by the way, at the end of the half. We've played almost one. Nessie said, I don't know what we plan on the training pitch. I have no idea either, Nessie, to be honest with you, mate. I really don't. It doesn't matter if players are rested or not. They just seemingly are playing the same way. And look, at this point, it has to be on the manager. For me, at this point, because it's one thing one or two players playing out of form, right? That can happen in any team at any point. But 9, 10, 11, looking like they haven't got a clue what's going on, then to me, you've got to start saying this is a coaching thing now. This is a system philosophy. I don't know if people agree with me or not on that one, but for me, when you see this over and over, it's on the manager. Seamus Moore said, our more senior players are starting to let us down this season. Very worrying. We've pretty much had the 2 minutes now at the end of the first half. And that'll be that. Anthony Taylor blows up on a half-time. Chelsea lead by a 1-0. Fantastic strike, to be fair, from Moise Caicedo. Absolutely unsavable stuff. But again, he was given too much time and space to shoot. But if you're a Chelsea fan, you're happy with that as a worldie of a shot, which it was. Credit to him. It was a great strike. But, from us, same again. Same old, same old. Feels like Slot ignores form. Really frustrating, said George. Marty said, can't afford to sub anymore, unfortunately. Much love. Stay with us in the chat as a regular contributor, Marty. Totally, look, if there's financial issues running Buzz, absolutely understand it. I just want you to make sure you know that we welcome you here with us, bro, and stick with us in the regular chat. Just, I hope things pick up for you, most importantly. Never mind the membership stuff, dude. Hope you're okay. Gaming Gaz says, was no free kick, that's diving. Oh, mate, it was just absolute shocking from Garnacho. Like, to jump the way he did and go down and feign that the way he did. Look, he knows Bradley's on a yellow, so he knows what he's doing. Which, remember when I said to you guys during the week, that's why I want air forwards running at centre-backs and full-backs to try and draw that foul, get them in the book, and then they're under pressure. Well, Garnacho's done that to Bradley. He now knows he's on a yellow, and at every opportunity, he's going to go to ground, and the crowd are going to get on the ref's back, and they're going to try and force the second yellow. So Bradley had best come off at half-time. He has to, because that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, in that Chelsea dressing room, Maresca's going to be saying to Garnacho, run at him, because he had a 50-50 situation the ref didn't give him from the hand on the back from Szoboszlai. He's had another foul on him there from Bradley, and Maresca will be telling him, you get at Conor Bradley, you run at him and draw as many fouls as you can. The crowd will get on the ref's back and the second yellow will come. I'm telling you. Mike said, no chemistry, can't even settle on a starting 11. Gavin Glynn said, well, you actually just put up an emoji, Gavin. Thank you, bro. A keep it up emoji. Appreciate you. Right, let's get into the chat and see, unfortunately, how everyone's feeling at half-time. The wingers are so weak, said chess strategy. Our fullbacks are useless, said Gide Jallo. Bradley is a liability, said Alan Wilson. Canade makes everybody else look around and feel shaky, said the cop end. Look at Gravenberch even. He's second-guessing every touch because he knows Canade's behind him. He's a liability if he loses it. Slot is to blame, said Lee Rogue. Look, can I give you my take before I get stuck into the chat? Because I'll forget if I don't. Like I said during the game, one player out of form, two players out of form, maybe even three players out of form. You think, okay, make changes. But when it's 7, 8, 9, and it's week after week, it can't just be a player thing. Look, Canade is all over the shop. That's fair enough. But the rest, it's a coaching thing. It's a system thing. It's a manager thing. So for me, this is on the manager. Because he is settling on this style with these players and we look shit. Now, not to say we haven't created. We've gotten to some good positions. Szoboszlai maybe should have scored. Milos Kerkez certainly should and could have done better. But we look scared. We look lacking in confidence. We look like we would rather pass the ball than shoot. It's on the manager, this. And I'm not asking for anything. I'm not saying sack the manager, but I'm saying it is on the manager, in my opinion. And as a Liverpool fan, in the last, since this channel's existed, I've never doubted a manager because I had Jurgen. And I disagreed a lot, but I never doubted him. Starting off, even up to this week, I had no doubts. But I'm starting to ask myself, what on earth is going on? And what, like Stargirl and Nessie said a few minutes ago, what are we doing on the training ground? Like, how are we prepared? What the fuck? Isak looks like he's a stranger again out there. It is just a liability. It is just a fucking liability at this point. Joseph said, we aren't as direct as last season we need to be. Justin Merrifield said, I'm getting so annoyed watching this. The gaps in midfield are horrendous going forward. There's no space to get the ball into. Tipsy Dipsy said, it's annoying. I should be mad, but I'm not surprised. Pitside FC, so curious to see what Slot has to say after the game. You know what he can't say, bro? And all the chat. You know what he can't say? Low block. He can't pull out his favourite excuse and talk about a fucking low block. Because Chelsea are wide open. Chelsea are giving us space. Chelsea are playing out from the back and taking risks. So I don't want to hear any bullshit from the manager after this game if we don't rescue this result. Because he best just say we weren't good enough. I wasn't good enough. Because that's the truth. There is no moaning about teams sitting deep and defending today because Chelsea are having a go. They're at home and they're trying to get at us and they're one ahead. So this is on the manager. He's got to go into that dressing room, look these players in the eye and ask who wants it. Who really wants it? It sounds simple, right? But that's what's got to happen. He's got to go around that dressing room. He's got to let them know that this is absolutely unacceptable. That they play for the badge. That they play with heart, passion. And get rid of this fucking fear that has seeped into our play. Because they look scared. They look scared to take responsibility. They look scared to pull the trigger on a shot. They look scared. He needs to get into them. And somebody, whether it's our captain or Salah or somebody else, needs to grab this game and those players by the scruff of the fucking neck and get them out for that second half performance better than this. Because this is shite. This is the potential of 3 games on the back-to-back-to-back defeated. League, second place into the international break. 5-point gap blown in 2 weeks. Now, it isn't over. The game's not over. 45 minutes is more than enough time to turn it around. But we're turning nothing around unless something changes. And Canade best sort his shit out. Because if Slot had that about him, Canade be gone onto the bench for the second half. Gone. Same with Kirkes, bench. He should be bringing on Gomez, bringing on Robertson. And I don't know what on earth is happening in the front three. People will say Gakpo, 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 Gakpo. I think Gakpo did okay, I think he's certainly not being the problem today. But there is no understanding of where to get the ball into Isak. None. Isak's out in the left wing at one point. It just doesn't look like they understand what we're trying to do. Yeah, good idea. Someone said, Craig, do a poll player of the manager on this one. Happy to do it. 1 second. One sec, I'm just typing this out. Right. So is this poor form on the players or the manager? Vote away on that and we'll see at the end of half-time what you think. I didn't put both as an option because I'm looking for one way or the other. Understand both, by the way, I do. But like I said, If it's 2 or 3 players underperforming, you can talk about form to me. But if it's 6, 7, 8, 9 players, it's got to be a system thing, in my opinion. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm trying to remember what this one. David said, WTF is VV doing backing off, please score, Mose. So, look, somebody made a good point in the chat. If you look at it, Virgil was looking at the 2 players that were behind him because there was a chance for them to be slipped in. So that was a good point that was raised by that gentleman in the chat earlier. But again, you've got Canade there as well, and nobody's getting out. Nobody's getting in the face of Caicedo. Nobody's rushing out to get a block in. And you're almost saying, go on then, hit it from there. And he does. And it's a great strike on his top bins. Ryan said, when do we question the manager? He's awful. Well, I think I am, Brian, for questioning it. I'm not throwing my toys out of the pram to say, go, sell, time to go, fire him, anything like that. But it isn't working. For whatever reason, man, it isn't working. And, revert to what you know if it isn't working. Whatever it is that we're trying to do, and I honestly still struggle to figure it out, it isn't working. This one from VSCWL said, Craig, I'm just baffled with Slots selection. So, look, on the pitch, Mike Henry, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. I can't say that the starting 11 that was picked is the problem, because I understand it. If he doesn't think Chiesa can do 90, he has to start from the bench. Wirtz not playing? Well, if you're Wirtz, right? If you're Florian Wirtz in that dressing room now, you're rubbing your hands together. You're thinking, put me in. This is the game I show that I can knit this together. This is the game that I show that I have what it takes. So, it's certainly a good shout to think, right, get Wirtz on. Also, Kirkes, I can understand why the manager picks him. He's his guy. He brought him in from Bournemouth. He paid the money for him. But it's not working today again. So Andy Robertson has to come on. And the front line, Salah has one good pass in that entire first half. One. Everything else was the usual, straight to defender's legs or an overhit pass out of play. So again, I don't think there is one person or two that we can sit here today as fans and go, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. It is a collective failure yet again, and it's not good enough from the manager right down. But to me, it starts with the gaffer today. Just my opinion. Stargirl said, apart from Dom, midfield's not great. It's affecting balls getting to the forwards and then goes through backward to the defence, giving them more work. We have a hard-on for going backwards. There's something, it's the easiest way I can put this. They must be on a bonus for the ball going backwards. They have to be. Because there's no other rational explanation for the nonsense that we've seen again. I could spot 3 or 4 passes, not even high risk, into midfield when our centre-backs have had the ball and they haven't bothered their arse to do it. So safety first, back to the keeper. Safety first, back to the keeper. And then ironically, the keeper just goes long and boots it forward. The Irish Wanderer said, I was expecting us to come out guns blazing, but same old nonsense. No reaction after the goal. We look boring. Maelstrom, thank you, bro. Didn't put in a comment, but I appreciate you. People saying Slot needs to be sacked or an embarrassment. Call it how it is, Craig. So, how is this on me, mate? I haven't said anything about a manager being sacked. So I can't control what other people say in the comments. That's not my place. Wirtz is coming on, by the way. That's not my place to do so. It is ridiculous, to call for him to be sacked. But I think being unhappy with him is fair enough. Because that's where I'm at. I'm furious with what I've seen again. And I am blaming the manager on it. But I'm in no way anywhere near the talk of sacked. That's just way off it. I want Slot to succeed, but he's setting himself to fail. Maka needs to be hooked off. Isak's becoming like Jota last season, who thrived on the Klopp. Rajat said, I'm not happy how Gakpo is playing. Well, I think he's coming off. Mate. Vert's definitely out there ready and warming up to come on, so it is probably Gakpo who's going to come off by the look of it. Right, I got to fly through these. Bumbadog. Yeah, he's stripped off and ready to come on. Bumbadog said Robertson and Gomez into balance. Gomez covers Ibu. Defence stays solid and Backmore giving mids and attacking freedom to push forward. Gio said shambles, man. I'm worried. Joseph said bring Verts and Frimpong on. We need something. Tony said Jones and Chiesa from Mac and Mo. Clueless and ponderous. Thank you, Tony. No disrespect, but they look like 11 players at a pickup game. Nobody knows what anyone else is doing, said Dan. Thank you, Dan. And look, they don't look right. You're not wrong, Dan. Anthony Trustler, thank you. We need a new manager. It's telling in the football. Look, I can't get to that point that quickly, mate. I'm unhappy with the manager and the way he's gone about this, but I'm not at that point. So it's Wirtz on for Bradley. So Soboslai is obviously going to right back. Deutsche Kopbite said 3 months since Jota's passing. Is this still having a major impact on the players? Of course, man. That's more than fair to say that will still be impacting them. And it will for a while. But it can't always be the excuse, if you get me. It's understandable and it's fair. But, you know, we are going backwards in performance levels as well. Right, we're off second half. Deacon Wood said we have to more clean playing through the presses. Casey Hansen said back passes, kick up the field. Repeat. Gakpo now. Into Wirtz, who flicks it to Salah. Oh, Salah goes side netting. Good chance right at the start of the second half. Wirtz flicks it, the edge of the 18-yard box, into the right channel to Salah. It's a misplaced under-hip pass that leads us into an attacking position. Gakpo pulls it across. Wirtz flicks it. Salah should have done better. It's his weaker foot, but ironically, that probably is the time where he should have cut back in onto his left foot and sent Cucurella for a pint of milk. Chelsea now on the attack. Neto. Brian, and thank you, mate. Appreciate you, Brian, as always. Have to look at the manager. Any system that doesn't allow scoring talent we have to thrive is a huge problem. I would agree with that, Brian. You know, we brought in a lot of attacking talent and we look devoid of ideas to get them involved a lot of the time. Free kick Chelsea for a foul by Gakpo. Right, I'm going to sync up now at 46:30. So it is, I think I'm a second or two ahead again, actually. 1 second. Yeah, I am. Right, I'll sync up at 47 minutes because I was just getting the clock sorted. All I see is a jockey, get out to the guy, block the bloody shot. I understand Virgil to knowing to track these runs, but Canade's jockeying air. I know, I agree. Like, one of them has to go and make the player commit or make a decision. Jockeying back is almost like I said, daring them to shoot, which he didn't score. Right, we are 47 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sava the Flavour said, feckin' Liverpool playing absolutely shite so far this season. We escaped the first few with luck. Now it's time to reassess our gameplay and tactics. Unlucky. We tried to play a ball in behind. It's overhit. It's now back with Sanchez. Chelsea playing out from the back here. So get in their faces and press. Yes, they have. And we've got a throw in. Right, here we go. Let's go. Beat said, I know it's cliche because the squad is elite talents, but they need to work on passing because some passes have been horrendous. You're right. And simple stuff as well, mate. Cross from Salah there was blocked again for the God knows how many times. Canade back out to Salah, who passes it to a Chelsea player again. That's 8 or 9 times I can think of. We're not going to talk about that ever as a fan base, by the way. The fact that Salah can't play a pass this season, and I mean a simple 5-yard pass. That stuff drives me mad. You can understand it, maybe missing a shot, or I don't know. Salah just looks like he's completely devoid of ideas this season so far. And that was another fairly straightforward ball that he attempted to play that didn't come off. Adam said most goals are after subs. Slot maybe keeping us up. Simply put, we're far too easy to play against, said James Lawler. Ryan O'Driscoll said we need to get back to basics. Scruffy Alice said, buy yourself some budgie smugglers for your holiday and chill. Enjoy your well-deserved holiday. Thank you. I'm going to be in bad form if we don't get into this game. I'll be spending the whole 2 weeks just looking at the league table and shaking my head, in all honesty, Alice. Paul McKeown said, teams have sussed us out, Craig. This happened toward the end of last season. See, the mad thing is, Paul, right? The manager has kind of said that, teams have figured out how to play against us. That in itself, I think, is a massive indictment. The fact that he's saying that out loud publicly rather than changing it and finding ways to surprise them. So you're not on your own there, mate. The manager pretty much is in agreement with you, but it's on him, isn't it, to figure out a way to get through this. Matty Gorman said we can't get the ball to Isak. System is garbage. But Isak there was having to drop deep inside our own half to get the ball, Matty. Isak's getting zero service at JC84. VVD only knows how to pass back to the keeper and boot it long. Canade playing like a League One defender. Bradley offers nothing going forward. Salah is non-existent. Right, free kick Liverpool. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Still Chelsea lead by a goal to 0. Again, we go into the right channel looking for Isak. Unlucky. He worked his socks off to try and make something from nothing there, Isak, but we've won it back now. Gravenberch. He shoots. Keeper saves it, but at least he had a strike. Well done, Ryan. Bob said, managers implemented a system that has players thinking instead of playing like defence in NFL. You have to have freedom to play. Yeah, I agree with that. And they certainly feel like they're overthinking out there as well. Advantage here played to Chelsea. João Pedro, his strike is blocked by Virgil. Second ball breaks. And Kirkes has intercepted it. Well done, Milos. Another ball breaks down. Off Isak out for a throw-in. You're right though, Bob, on this comment, mate. It definitely feels like they're overthinking it, mate. Shout out to my wonderful, beautiful girlfriend, Suda. Thank you, mate. Hope you're both well. Russ says, when does this form become a crisis? Well, for me, Russ, now. As in, if this result stays the same, now. Soboslai does well, defends it well. Keeper launches it long upfield. McAllister into the channel. Good ball from him into Salah. Salah now. Run at him, Mo. Fucking run at him. There you go. Hit it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So he does hit it. And the goals could have been stacked on top of each other and he still wouldn't have been in. So it's a lovely ball over the top to McAllister. Salah's 1-on-1 with the defender. Runs across the edge of the 18-yard box. And then just blares it high and wide. Just, poor from Mo in the finish. Thank you, Najee. Lads need to forget tactics and just play, said Mike Henry. Chelsea player Badashile is down now with a knock. So to get back to this one here from Russ. I think it's probably an individual thing to answer, mate, for each one. But for me, if you lose 3 in a row and you go from top of the league 5 points clear to second in the league, that's a crisis. To me. Because we've got to remember the standards we set at the start of this season with the support the manager's been given in the market. We wanted to win. That was the aim. And all we're doing now is encouraging Arsenal. Like I said before, if you look at the next 5 games for both teams, they have a far easier run in the 5. So you would imagine they won't be dropping too many points. Curtis Jones and Robbo are ready to come on next. So they're getting kitted out, ready to come on. Curtis Jones and Andy Robertson. If I could ask a small favour, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, folks, while there's a break in play, please do. Would really appreciate your support on that. And don't forget, we're announcing the winner of our giveaway. Is it this one? No, this one. After the game. So get yourself over to our Instagram at Anfield Agenda for all the information on how to enter. There's still a break in play here, by the way, as Chelsea make a change. So I'm not ignoring the game or anything. Here's a double change for Liverpool as well. Kirkes off, Robbo on. Or at least, sorry, initially it's just one change. Here comes Jones as well. Will that be done now? So Jones coming on now as well for Canade. So 10 minutes into the second half, Canade off, Jones on, Kirkes off, Robbo on. So it feels as if we're going to see Gravenberch go back into centre-back. And we're going to try and have a bit more of an attack-minded midfield. Yeah, Gravenberch's gone in as the other centre-back by the looks of it. Robbo left side of the back 4. Gravenberch is the centre-back. And then we've got McAllister as the DM now. Wirtz and Jones ahead of him. Gusto for Chelsea. Back to Sanchez. Liverpool take a throw in quickly. McAllister has it. Gakpo. Jones. Little 1-2 at Maka. Out into the left channel to Robbo. Robbo tries to flick it around the corner. It's intercepted. Jones wins it back. Well done, Curtis. Gravenberch. Jones. See, at least Jones looking forward. For all the grief people give Curtis Jones, he's always looking for a forward pass. He's always looking and showing for the ball. "12 minutes gone in the second half. Still 1-0 Chelsea. Long ball over the top there, and Garnacho has a one-on-one, squares it across, and thankfully Robbo defends it. But see that one ball? Again, one straight ball in behind the defence, and Garnacho's in one-on-one with a defender. Gakpo overplaying the ball and getting caught in possession. Chelsea have given it back to us though. Szoboszlai plays ball in behind looking for Salah. It's overhit and it goes through to Robert Sanchez. Come on, boys. Press. Liverpool throw in. Come on, boys. Wirtz to Isak. McAllister. Wirtz. He's dispossessed this time. Chelsea play around that first press. Now there's a bit of space for them. Cucurella left side to Garnacho. Back to Cucurella. Is cross in. Headed chance blocked by Robertson. And it goes behind for a Chelsea corner. Well done, Robbo. Neto had a header, but Robbo gets in the way. And the header comes off Robbo and goes behind. Well done, Andy Robertson. Right, here comes the corner for Chelsea. Ball swung in, headed away by Virgil. Liverpool throw in. Robbo. Back to the keeper. Gravenberch. Keeper. Georgie goes long looking for Isak. Second ball breaks to Gusto and it's back with Robert Sanchez. Gravenberch just lashes one up into the air. Verge heads it on. Caicedo has it now for Chelsea. Out to Cucurella. By the way, let's just remind that this is Chelsea's team without 5 or 6 players as well. Let's be honest about that. Robertson, good man, Robbo. Straight to a Chelsea player in midfield. That's it. That'll sort it out. Cut out the middleman. Just give it straight to them. I don't know what I'm looking at. Neto ball in. Goal kick, thankfully. Szoboszlai did enough to put the Chelsea player off and it goes behind for a goal kick, which Georgie takes quickly. Virgil. Gravenberch. 61.5 minutes on the clock. Szoboszlai. Switches on if Gakpo puts his fucking arms in the air and looks for the ball. Gakpo should be screaming for this. Cross in. Gakpo scores 1-1. 1-1. Gakpo scores. Didn't I tell you should be screaming for it? 1-1. There we go. Let's go. 1-1. Cody Gakpo. Cross in. Gakpo's there. Far post scores. 1-1. Come on. You can see the space he's in. He should have been screaming for it earlier. Like, ball played in. Szoboszlai crosses it. Isak hits it. Drops the Gakpo. Powers it in. Well done. Assist for Isak. Goal for Gakpo. There we go. There we go. Get to the byline. Put in crosses. It's not fucking rocket science. Well done, Cody Gakpo as well. Isak tries to control it, flicks it into the path of Gakpo, who just powers it into the roof of the net, and it's 1-1. Come on! I mean, footballing genius here, Adam. Right, 1-1. Come on, boys. Come on! 27 to go. Let's find the fucking winner. Sorry, yeah. I owe you a new one as well. There you go. Have a little dancing alien. He's happy. Oh, Gakpo, come on, boys. Come on, go find the winner now. Find that winner. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Make them jittery. Make them second guess themselves. Put the pressure on. There you go. Come on. Unlucky, Isak. Unlucky. Come on, boys. 25 minutes to go. Come on. Brian said, amazing what can happen when you attack. I know. It's nuts, isn't it? Imagine getting to the byline and putting a cross in and winning the second ball. It's almost as if we've been screaming for that for weeks. Lovely little flick there from Isak, by the way. At first, I thought he was trying to control it. I've done him a disservice. That was an intentional assist from Isak. First, I thought he stuck his foot out to try and control the ball. I did him a disservice, like I said, because it was an intentional and beautiful little touch into the space for Gakpo. Bit of class that from Isak. And a great finish from Cody as well. Garnacho now. His low ball driven in, cleared by Liverpool. Come on! So if Arna has that about him here, he'll whip Salah off and bring Chiesa on. Wirtz. Ball into Salah. Head up, head up, head up. Take him off now. Just take him off. Take him off. That's absolute nonsense, Mo. Nonsense. Ball gets played into midfield, goes to our player, to Wirtz. Wirtz plays it to Salah, who could have been offside one way or the other. But instead of trying to pick, look at that ball. Fucking right there to Isak. Right there. If he passes that ball, Isak has an open goal. But no. Greedy Pants decides to come back inside and sky another shot. Absolute bollocks. Look, you can talk about whether he was on or offside and it would have been close. But that was the wrong decision. That was the wrong decision. There was plenty of time to play that ball through the gap into Isak. Whatever's going on with Mo, he's not himself. He needs some time off. He needs to be benched at the minute. We can't carry any passengers. None. Salah has to be taken off at this point. For if we want to go and win this game, Salah has to be taken off, in my opinion. Wes said, get Salah off, he's done. Wayne said, chin up Salah. Look, mate, I'm all for the chin up. I'm all for trying to be supportive and all, but, like, come on. You know, we can't be just banging our heads against a brick wall. He has to be held to the same standard as anybody else, and that, or higher. And that was shocking, again. Carl Walsh, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. So apart from the shot being poor, it was the wrong decision that he made. Why am I looking at some bird eating fucking crisps or something? Garnacho. Gusto. So, again, I see a lot of people in the chat saying, Salah will score the winner. That could happen. He's done it before, he'll do it again. But it doesn't mean he hasn't made the wrong decision and many, many times already in this game. And we can't live off a hypothetical. Robbo. There, it's open in front of you, Robbo. Drive in. Second ball, Robbo. Unlucky. Look. Neto skips away from McAllister. Spreads it across the Cucurella. That's Madonna. I don't need to see Madonna eating crisps either, to be honest with you. Oh, look. Chelsea player down. He's been shot. Sniper somewhere in the crowd, Taylor. Will you stop the game for the love of God? Clearly there's a sniper, because there's no other reason Pedro Neto be rolling around on the ground like he's just been shot. Oh, look, Neto's still going. He's still okay. It's almost as if he was full of it. Right, come on. 20 minutes to go in this one. Breathe. Gravenberch to Jones. There you go. Bit of space, Jonesy. Bit of space. Left again, boys. If you'd gone left, look at the space Cody's in. Ball across. Eventually finds his way to Gakpo. Pull back. McAllister. Strike. It's blocked. Second chance. Unlucky. Unlucky. McAllister's shot's blocked. And he tries to then slip a ball through just a little bit over here. Let's have a look at this. Here, Pedro Neto's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. Him and Garnacho are two absolute disgrace. Did you see what he went to ground holding his face for there? For Robbo, brushing his arm off his chest. He goes to ground holding his face like he's been shot. Absolute scumbags. Well done, Robbo. Owen said, the fact Salah's never subbed ever is a joke. Chad said, this is a war, very intense game. Well, it's stretching and it's suiting us a little bit more, if you ask me, Chad. Now, I don't want to be the jinx, but it's suiting us more, in my opinion, the way the game has been stretched. But I wish we get our heads up a bit more, because there's been a couple of attacks now where Gakpo has had the space in behind on the far side. If we get our heads up and play it into him, there's space for him to work in there. Virgil, to Gravenberch. Back to Virgil. Ball in. That's... What do you mean no, ref? He just elbowed him in the face. What do you mean no, you fucking prick? He just elbowed him in the face. He literally just elbowed him in the face, Taylor. No. So, all right, if that's not a penalty, the one in the Champions League midweek that was given for a brief arm across somebody, how is that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? You seen the one given Champions League midweek? How is that any different? That's almost a carbon copy of one midweek that was given. That is an absolute... I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this fucking VAR and referees. Isak coming off now anyway. I can't remember what game it was in the Champions League midweek, but there was a penalty given for way less contact than that. And every pundit went, yep, that was a penalty. So how is that not a penalty? Spence said slot stubborn is starting to bother me. I'm genuinely baffled. Kevin said far better when moving the ball quickly. So Anthony said no pen for me. And I'm fine with that, Anthony. If I hadn't seen one midweek given for less and everyone agreeing it was a penalty. That's my gripe with it, mate. Is that I'm seeing stuff week in and week out given, and then in the Premier League it's a different set of rules altogether. Same with handballs. The Premier League and the PGMOL have their own version of the laws of football. Their own version of penalties, their own version of handballs, their own version of everything. Oh yeah, it was the pen against us for Gala, sorry. Exactly, Horder. Exactly. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Look at the pen against Soboslai. You're fucking right, mate. Sorry. The one got given against us for Galatasaray that every goddamn pundit said was a penalty. Every fucking one of them. But not in the Prem, not with the PGMOL, that we're not allowed call out. Robbo gives away a corner. Estevao now for Chelsea. Another corner. Scott, I don't think we have used 3 substitution windows because one was half time, mate, and that one doesn't count as a window. Cucurella. Out right side, Caicedo. Wirtz tries to drift back in, but touch is too heavy, gives it away. Again, we give it straight back. We try to counter, and we give it back to Chelsea. Game's starting to stretch now. Robbo wins it back. Ball in behind. That's a deep one. You're asking a lot there, Robbo. Salah wins the throw in. Chad said, does Arna not want to play Ekitike and Isak together? Not even a try. Again, I'd argue, Chad, he'll probably tell you Isak can't do 90 minutes. I'm sure that's what he'd say. But look, it's level pegging here with 12 and a half plus stoppage time to go. So let's see if we can find a way. Oh, there was a ball threaded through, and I think if Ekitike doesn't get a touch on that, it's going straight through. How is that even a free kick? Anthony Taylor's a gobshite. He's booking Soboslai for winning a tackle. He's booking Soboslai for winning a tackle. That's what's happened. He's got booked for winning a tackle. So, winning the ball now gets you a booking. He kicks the ball off the Chelsea player who goes to the ground, and it's a booking. Anthony Taylor, you are a disgrace. The PGMOL are a fucking disgrace and not fit for purpose. That is a joke. That is an actual joke. He got booked for winning a tackle. Cool. Didn't even touch the Chelsea player. Kicked the ball off the underneath of the Chelsea player's foot and he goes to the ground and gets a yellow. That's Anthony Taylor. That's the PGMOL. That's what we're up against. Fucking scumbags. Absolute scumbags. Oh, almost 2-1 Chelsea. Low cross put in. Gravenberch puts his foot out. And you're thinking, is the neck going to bulge here? And thankfully it drifts wide of our post for a corner. We had to get a touch on it as well, but that was close. Liverpool throw in. Come on, boys. 10 to go. Gakpo. Run into the penalty area. Run at him. Oh, fuck's sake. More shots blocked, for the love of God. Wirtz, who are you playing that to flow? More shots blocked. Come on, boys. Maka, Zakatike, Wirtz, out to Gakpo. Back to Wirtz. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just over touches it and loses it. Maka wins it back though. Turn. Come on, boys. The winner's there for you. Go get it. Gakpo. That's a free kick. Taylor, Taylor, get the fuck! Get the fuck! How is that not a foul, you little fraud? That's not a foul. Oh my fucking God! Szoboszlai gets booked for winning a tackle. Oh, he's a little fraud. You're a little fucking little numpty. He's a little gobshite. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, fuck. Anthony Taylor is an absolute bottle job. An absolute fraud. A fraud of a ref. You dumb little fraud. Fuck me. How Kirkes gets a start off a Robbo is mental. Salah being absolutely dog shit but never gets subbed. How about trying Hugo Isak with Wirtz? Slot gets a yellow for telling Anthony Taylor he's not doing his job. Anthony Taylor and the PGMOL are a disgrace, and I say it week after week, week after week, week after week. This little fucking numpty is not giving fouls and then booking our players for winning tackles. He is a disgrace. A disgrace. An absolute fucking disgrace. Georgie makes a world-class save. Good man, Georgie. He didn't get near the ball. Didn't touch the ball. Don't know what you've seen, but he didn't touch the ball. Six minutes to go. Great save there from Georgie, though, in amongst all that. Estevao. It's Chelsea's turn to pile on some pressure now. Offside flag goes up, though. Free kick, Liverpool. Endo coming on now. No Chiesa. Endo coming on. Oh, fuck's sake. Gravenberch gives it straight to Chelsea. Well done, Georgie, again. Robbo to Gakpo. Oh, fuck. Does he look like? Look. He doesn't even look up. Gakpo. You're turning back into traffic, mate. You turn. Fuck off, Cody. Cody Gakpo. Twice. In one attack makes a mess of it. Endo coming on for Maka for the last 4 plus stoppage time. Oh, that's it, Verge. You go backwards again to the keeper, mate. Heaven forbid you look for a fucking progressive pass. Anthony Taylor is a disgrace. Yeah, again. What are you smiling for, you little prick? Salah gets dragged to the ground time after time, nothing doing. Salah bumps into Chelsea player, free kick. Taylor is a disgrace. He's an absolute out-and-out disgrace. Just make sure he hasn't been booking the same hotels as David Coote, will you? Just double check on that for me. Fuck me. Another one breaks down. Fuck. You let him walk through 6 of you. Chelsea player just walked through 6 of our players in midfield. 6 of them. He walked through 6 of them. 6 of them. Without a chance. Fucking 6. That's it, lads. Give it straight back to Chelsea. Ah, that's it. Give it to the lad who scored a worldie in the first half and give him another shot from distance. 90 seconds plus stoppage time, and once again we are defending and letting them have shots from distance because we played the ball from Szoboszlai straight to a Chelsea player. Slot is a coward for not taking Salah off. Come on, Craig, call this out. I don't know if you haven't been listening, bro, but I've been calling out the entire game. The fact that one, Salah's still out there, and two, what's he got against Chiesa again? Why do we keep moving the ball to Salah in these attacks? Szoboszlai. Oh, he drags a shot wide. Every time we're on the attack, and I mean every time, a player central has the options. Two players to his left, one man to his right. And without fail, it goes right. All the time. Right, right, right. Doesn't matter, there's fucking two on the left, out to Salah, right, right, right. Over again. Over and over. Right, we're about to enter stoppage time. Oh, lucky. Come on, boys. Better be 5, 7. Nice. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Still chance for somebody to find a winner. Chelsea moving to the right channel. Estevao. Cross in deep. Oh, Chelsea, the free header at the far post. Men's only puts it wide. Fucking hell. Wirtz. Robbo. Five and a half to go of stoppage time. Gravenberch to Endo. Space right hand side now. Gives it to Salah, who checks back, goes back, and slows down the attack again. Chiesa being disrespected by Slot at this point. I don't argue with that, mate. Look at that. There was not one option for Cody there. Not one. Well done, Georgie, again. Georgie's looked very good, by the way, today. Give him his credit. Jones. To Gakpo. 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. Gakpo tries to slip it in, but once again a pass intercepted. Chelsea trying to counter. Come on, boys. Slot avoiding Chiesa so we can't get proved wrong. Look, I'll have my say on the Slocky Ace thing in the match reaction, I promise you. Edan as well, thank you, mate. Jones, he skies another shot. Again, another shot off target. Lovely dummy. Goes to Jones. And instead of going low back across the goalkeeper, which is what you would be taught to do in that position, he leans back and blazes it over the bar again. Jaden Rice, cheers for the popcorn super sticker, mate. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go before we go into the international break in second place. With 3 minutes to find a winner. Before I go fucking nuclear in this match reaction. And I am going to go nuclear. Robbo. Oh, goal kick. Another chance breaks down. It comes to nothing. 2.5 minutes. Chelsea on the attack. Left side. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Ball across. 2-1 Chelsea. Game over. Estevao back post. We've lost 2-1. Chelsea win at the death. 2-1. Chelsea win it. This is onslaught again. It's the manager. Manager's a pussy. 2-1 Chelsea. And we lose 3 games in a row. And that's on Arna. His cowardice has cost us. These boys haven't got the bollocks for it. They don't. The balls have gone. The manager is devoid of ideas. Salah ghosted another game but stays on the 90. And Chelsea win at the end after we miss chance after chance after chance. 3 losses in a row. That's... No, he's onside. Nothing wrong with the goal. Oh, mate, look, we deserve to be bantered. You know, I'm not going to push back on you. We deserve to be bantered. He's onside. It's a good goal. There's nothing wrong with the goal. Oh yeah, Virgil. Mad you showing the aggression now, bro. Where's the fucking aggression in the challenge? Where's the aggression in the defending? No good giving it Billy Big Bollocks now, Virgil, at the end of the match, mate. These performances remind me a bit of 22-23 season. Slow and discombobulated, no idea, and I'm worried for the first time now under Slot. Russ said we won't beat United playing like this. We won't beat many Premier League teams playing like this, mate. Because Chelsea aren't a good side. They're not. Not with this outfit. Maybe with their strongest 11 out there. But let's not forget, we're not playing their strongest 11. It's over. Anthony Taylor puts the whistle to his dodgy little lips and blows up. Chelsea inflict Arne Slot's third defeat in a row. I promise you, you want to see the match reaction, because I'm going to lose my fucking mind at what we've just witnessed yet again. Ding said, we'll never know, but I want to know the details of Salah's contract to stay on game after game, stinker after stinker. This one's on the manager. We'll see you for the match reaction. Don't forget, we're also going to be giving away this signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt in the match reaction. Connor will be telling me the winner's name and I will be announcing it with thanks to our friends at the Collector's Corner. Look, it's not good enough. Arne Slot is under pressure. These Liverpool players are underperforming. Cowardly. Another cowardly performance. And I don't care what the manager has to say, and I don't care what any Liverpool covering journalists have to say, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else in the media has to say. Arne Slot has this team playing shite. It's on him. Simple as that.